bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night wherever you're watching this transmission. Whether you're watching us from your condo in the sky, or your camper in the woods, or your detached home in a small town in a cul-de-sac, or just couch surfing, or maybe on a road trip, or relaxing on your lazy boy. People of the night, welcome to Mike in the Night. It's 3 a.m., and yeah, something is moving you. So crack open a window, sit back, relax, get some tea or coffee, because you're tuned in to Mike in the Night, the voice of the Commonwealth. Don't say I'm talking too much until you see what's behind. Just when you think it's done and just when you can't go on. Tag along on Mike in the Night. Let's talk this through. Hashtag Mike in the Night. Intro track by Ralphie.co.New Zealand. And today we are talking about the broken road of opioid road of broken dreams. Well, it's actually taking a toll, and it's actually a lot worse than you could ever fathom. Yes, everything's been put front and center. What they want us to see, or what they want us to take notice to. Whether it's now, housing is front and center for some reason. All of a sudden, $9 million house that's worth $30,000 in West Virginia, going for $9 million, $9.8 million in Vancouver, they're starting to realize that there's something not right here. So welcome to Mike in the Night. So, we got the comment section rolling on nice here. We got Steven Sewell in the house. It's been a while since we've had him on the in the live chat. I think he was on last week late. Who else we got here? We got Lord Humongous, of course. We got Spare Dime in the house. We got Randall Alexander. Captain Nobody in the house. Trust the Silence is in the house. All right, we're rolling off really nicely here. It is Saturday night, guys. I hope it's Sunday afternoon in Australia, and it's Saturday night here, where I am here in the West Coast. So everybody is doing well. Our Discord is running nice and smooth. I'm taking a look at the Discord here. It's running nice and smooth. And looking good for tonight, guys. So let's do a quick channel plug, and we're going to get into some big news on what's going on, and then we're going to kind of talk about tonight's topic. I really want to talk about tonight's topic because I don't want it to get away from us, okay? Tonight's topic, the opioid of broken dreams, is huge, because I didn't even know the numbers were like as big, like it's worse than COVID. I think it's opioid fentanyl problem is way bigger. If you put COVID here, the fentanyl opioid problem's right up here. I gotta fit within the screen because that's how much of a gap it is. The gap is absolutely phenomenal, and we need to discuss this tonight. So it's very important. Woo! Okay, so guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank people for subscribing. I just passed 14,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. Next week's, this Wednesday show, no hiding anymore from inflation. This Wednesday, join us on our Wednesday show. If you want to make it, we'll be here Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Check it out. No hiding anymore. Guys, don't forget to follow me. I got my Facebook back up. For some reason, I don't know what's happened, but people are actually seeing my Facebook posts. So, as a post I put up here the other day, it's got 56 shares on it, or 60 shares. So I put up a few videos here. So if you want to follow me on Facebook, I'm almost at 115,000 subscribers on Facebook. Damn. All right, guys, don't forget to shop. Mike Martin's here. If you guys want to pick up the I Love Amerifornia, America will be turning into a Amerifornia. We just predicted it here a lot earlier than anywhere else. Guys, don't forget to message me on Instagram. Guys, please. If you need to send me something or you need to relay me a message, for some reason, Instagram is the best way. You could get me on Discord, but Instagram goes right to my, I get it right away. Guys, don't forget to support Lord Humongous and his Lord Humongous tour. Let's throw him a few bucks, guys. I know there's a lot of people out there that want to donate. Go ahead and donate if you can to the Amerifornia tour. And Art by Dano, artbydano.com, artbydano.net, not your typical art. Get Dano to commission you a painting or a drawing or a caricature of your choice. Art by Dano. You can find him on Huntington Beach Pier there in California. Guys, don't forget to listen to ralphie.co.new Zealand. This is a really good Mike in the Night gets replayed here. So if you guys want to be part of this, please join ralphie.co.new Zealand. And there's our Discord. Yeah. How the hell do you invite people? Somebody put a link into the Discord so people could find us. Please. And Wall Street Stackers in the house tonight. Don't forget to subscribe. She made a new channel, so here it is. Wall Street Stackers. Please, please, please go ahead and subscribe to her, please. New channel. And don't forget to check out Euro Saturdays with DJ Ulysses. He's on before Mike in the Night. Check him out. He plays a lot of Euro music, a lot of music I grew up with growing up. And I kind of wanted to plug his channel here. Tell him that Mike Martin sent you. So there it is right there, guys. Now, what is happening, guys? Well, there is so much happening. Man, it's absolutely phenomenal. But there's too many moving parts. And we can't let... we can't let specific moves or pieces on the board be cloaked or disappeared, because there's a lot of pieces and moving parts on the board that we're losing touch with, and we can't let that happen. We can't, because we need to know what's on the table. And we start losing a grip of what's happening around us and what is happening elsewhere, then the puzzle starts to fall apart, and we can no longer connect the dots like we could easily, that we've been doing for years now. So we got Good News Bear in the house, Jay Borg in the house, Wall Street Stackers in the house. We got Mike Gear's Shift in the house. Yeah, 14K subs. I've never got that many subscribers in such a short time. I mean, in my life. I usually get like 200 subscribers a year, and I'm kind of shocked. Okay, guys, let's get into some headline news. We'll get our first caller on. We got a lineup of callers for you guys tonight. Tonight to make a difference here. Tonight to make a difference. This is the night we can make it happen, and this is the night we can make our dreams come true. All right. So let's go over the polls. Let's go over some of the community section here on the channel. Okay, this is the live show, and yeah, this is coming soon to a city near you. If you thought you had a housing crisis in your city, well, I'm on a hit list. Kiev allows to silence dissident and journalism. That's all you need to know about Ukraine democracy. There you go right there. And guys, you know what? I'm telling you, this will be coming to a city near you. Yeah, I know it's a big boo. I'm on a hit list. Kiev allows to silence dissidents and journalism. So what's going to happen is what we're doing here is going to be considered dissidents. It's going to be considered, this is a talk show. We're talking here. We're just kind of discussing what we're being told, right? All right, let's keep going here. Drug overdose deaths up 30 points in pandemic year, government data show. Wow. Substance use disorder also increased risk of contracting COVID. Oh my God. Oh my God, you're going to get COVID. You're going to get COVID from there's everything you do on this. No, I'm not even going to go there because I'm not going to get mad. U.S. lawmakers planning economic battle with China have some questions about Canada. Well, I answered it right here to the Americans. So if you're an American citizen or you're in the United States of America, I'm going to answer that for you guys. Why have some questions about Canada? Why does China want to know? Why does America want to know about Canada's involvement with China? Why? I'll tell you why. Because Canada is now China. It is. Most of our real estate, towers, our big towers, office towers. Heck, they're even building some of our highways and owning them, tolling them. Mines, gold mines. I think our two biggest coal mines in Canada, the two biggest ones, are owned by China. No Canadian hires. No Canadian hires. But they're owned by China. So we sold one of our biggest gold mines in one of those big those big islands that we have there in northeast of Canada, those big long islands. We sold one of our biggest gold mines there too, not too long ago. And okay, so I asked this poll for you guys. This is a good one, guys. I see the human population on Earth dropping by blank in the next 4 years. 23% of you said 5%. 15% of you guys say 12%. 25% of you guys said 18%. 50% of you guys said 19%. And 75% of our voters said 75% death rate, or people will die, 27%. So 27% voted for 75% Earth's population dropping in the next 4 years. So there are definitely multiple ways our Earth's population will be dropping, and no, it's not going to be because of climate change. Trust me. Joe Biden is looking to confront China. Will the Canadian great leader Justin Trudeau join him? So that's a very important question we need to ask. So I asked that. And 8% of you says, why yes, Justin will confront China. And 92% of you guys says, no way, Jose, China owns Justin. And that's a really good way to put it. And CDC to convene emergency meeting on rare heart condition linked to COVID vaccines. Sorry, guys, about the crying in the background. I'm really sorry about that. It's just my family arrived home and my daughter's just crying in the hallway there. So, CBC to convene emergency meeting on rare heart condition linked to COVID vaccine. And this is the one that sparked the fuel here. That people are worried about housing. Well, check this doozy out. This is not fake. This is actually listed. This is $9.8 million. Look at that baby. 9.8. And you know what? Let me tell you something about that. That's going to sell for 10. This is the best way to launder money. Where are you going to put your drug money? And I'm not talking about like the little street level marijuana hustlers or opioid or fentanyl hustlers on the street. I'm talking about the stuff that's coming in from the Chinese factories into Canada. That's what I'm talking about tonight. I'm talking about the stuff that they're bringing in and then relaundering our money into real estate. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, here you go. Let me put this full. This is coming to America. Amerifornia, you think America's immune to this? The only reason why America was okay with their housing market was because Trump was there. And I'm not trying to boast Trump. Believe me, I'm not. But because he was there, he doesn't like China. A lot of that money laundering didn't go into a lot of those red states. A lot of it kept going into the blue states. Now look what's happened. You're going to see America's 4 years behind Amerifornia. America's 4 years behind. Now it's going to come. Now it's going to come. And you know what? The media is going to completely ignore it like nothing's happening, like it's the greatest thing to ever happen. And Ontario to track for good summer despite small risk of fourth wave, modeling suggests. Here's the modeling right here. Let me go to full screen for modeling. I'm going to show you the model right here. Right there. That's the model right there. Yeah, that's the model right there. I just showed you the model right there. That's what it is. We have a bunch of losers that are running this thing. They're running the country into the ground on purpose. But here's the problem. Everything comes in waves. So we won't get this unless Facebook says so. Remember 2 weeks ago when Facebook said so? That we're allowed now to post on social media that the virus was man-made? Why? Because Facebook said so. Now when Facebook says so, that, oh, maybe this vaccine was made too fast, maybe whatever we made isn't really helping with the situation. How many weeks do you think before Facebook says it's okay to say that now? I don't know. Well, we're going to wait and see. I know a few people that got the second shot recently, and I'm keeping tabs on them. I'm going to keep tabs on them like no one's business. One of them looks like he went to a tanning bed, and the tanning bed, he fell asleep, and it didn't turn off. It's like he's got huge jaundice or something. So I'm keeping a tab on him. All right. And that's another great video from our friend there, King Cash YouTube. Minimum wage. Okay, so here's the deal with minimum wage, guys. And I told you this. This is what minimum wage used to be in Canada and Australia and even the United States. A minimum wage was, I'm almost finishing high school. I need to go work part-time and my summers so I could pay for my college, so I can't go to college if I don't pay for it. Until student loans became federalized, then the governments took over and just gave away money. And they kept selling education. Remember Hill Dog? Remember that piece of garbage Hill Dog when she was there? Oh, if you have an education, you can make another $1 million more in your life. You can't even buy this house in Vancouver. You make an extra $1 million in your life. You can't even buy this piece of junk, this piece of crap. You can't even buy this piece of dog crap. Look at that. You can't even buy that if you make an extra $1 million per year. That's like 8.7 million US dollars. Yeah. Yeah. You want more proof? Okay. I wasn't going to open this article, but I'm going to open it anyway. Let's see if I could find it right away for you guys. It's an article from the other day. We were reading it on the during our real estate economy show. Here, look at this. Let's look at this. Here, you want proof? Here it is. Canadian property bubble inflation is now 75% of net worth growth. Canadian household debt to GDP reaches 111%, much higher than the U.S. in 2008. And it's going to keep going. Here we go. I just want to see if I could find that one for you guys, because I think it's kind of important that we bring this one up again. And just want to see if I could find it here. Yeah, gangs and laundering money. So here's the proof right here. And this is something we talked about. But because we're talking about opioids and fentanyl and all this crap tonight, here it is. How Canada's housing crisis is related to its fentanyl crisis. Okay? In the housing bubble, no one wants to touch any factors that pop it, even if it's transnational crime. Criminals know that as well, which makes it a prime target for operations. So they know the police won't be going after them because they want to keep this money flowing. Who cares about the Canadian youth that dies on the street as long as they could sell their drugs and buy our real estate and leave the people impoverished? Real estate laundering in Canada was so popular, Cooper even obtained a government document where an Australian anti-money laundering expert gave it the name the Vancouver Model. The Vancouver Model mixes legal and illicit cash, such as that from fentanyl sales. The pooled money is then used to buy high-end real estate funded by Capital Flight and casino high rollers. The real estate is then used as a sort of a deposit, helping to feed the unstable need for luxury real estate. The more fentanyl sold, the more luxury real estate is needed. Who do you think bought all the luxury real estate in 2017 in Seattle, in Tacoma, in Washington State? Who do you think bought it all? The Chinese. They bought tons of it. Unnumbered companies. Numbered companies own that. Numbered companies own all those properties out there. All empty. All empty, my friends. All right. Merry Day Off. Oh, yeah. So now at schools, Merry Day Off. New Jersey School Board erases holiday names from calendar to prevent hurt feelings and faces a petition to resign. Here it is right here. This is my little bit of reply to hurt feelings. Right there, hurt your feelings. There you go. That's for the hurt feelings.
You're talking about all man.
All right. Let's go to the comments real quick here. Grindhouse Cartoon says, I predict this is the beginning of the never-ending booster and vax. That's correct. They're saying they're saying now in Northwest Territory in northern Canada and the Yukon, they're actually saying they're gonna have to vax or booster every quarter. Yeah. Oh, we got King Cash YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to his channel. Man, you've been missing my rant from the beginning, dude. Go to the beginning of the show, King Cash YouTube. Okay, let me calm down here. Let me breathe. before I have a heart attack. So anyways, let's go over this again one more time. Merry Day Off, New Jersey School Board erases holiday names from calendar to prevent hurt feelings and faces petition to resign. Dude, I don't know why we are going into this journey to nowhere. We're on a journey to nowhere. Manitoba unveils reopening plan to have one great summer. So this, you see this guy right here? This guy right here now is telling you that you could have a good summer, okay? We're going to open, but we're going to have a good summer. You're going to have a good summer. Okay, I want to get Lynn on the phone for this because she sent me this. And she's and you know what? Lynn isn't the type of girl that gets insulted easily or her feelings hurt. So I just want to get her on the phone real quick, see if she picks up and gives us an understanding on, because she's really teed off on this. And when you get people upset this much, you know what they're doing is working when you get that upset. You know what I'm saying? I like this one here. I really, really like this one. Erase holiday names from I can't make any sense of this. I'm gonna have to go back to school or something because none of this makes any sense. All right, she's not picking up the phone. No worries. So there it is, right there. So this guy right here is gonna allow you. He's gonna say, let's have one great summer, guys, because when the variant ball juice Strike Force 1, Delta Force T, comes in Christmas time, you're going to see what's going to happen. Another lockdown. ABC News, French presidents. This is ABC, guys, Americans broadcasting crap. French President Macron says U.S. is definitely back, welcomes Biden to the club. Oh, yes.
You're talking about all men.
Oh, yeah. He welcomes Biden back to the club. With Boris Johnson, I call him Boris Karloff. And, now you got, again, a Marifornius coming. France is already been a Marifornia for Canada has already been a Marifornia. Australia has already been a Marifornia. So basically Australia would be like all of California. That's what I mean. Texas is now becoming Texifornia, Florifornia. You got Mexifornia for New Mexico. New Mexifornia, I should call it that, New Mexifornia. So this is what's happening here, right? Okay. So he welcomes him back into the club. Welcome back to the club. It's so good to have you back. So good. Anyways, I'm not even going to go into that. This is just, yeah. Okay, Joe Biden moves U.S. closer to Taiwan, but how far is he willing to risk Beijing's anger? So you know what? I really hope something triggers here because I was here. I've been here. That's 101. That's Taipei. That's in Taipei. I took selfie photos here. I've been here, Taipei 101. But the Biden's administration plan to resume long-stalled trade talks with Taiwan has raised hopes of normalization of relations, but observers say it remains to be seen how far it is willing to risk China's wrath. What do you mean, China's wrath? Okay, we got D-Man in the house here. We got Carol Goldsmith in the house. Jay Borg in the house. David Xavier in the house. All right, let's move on. Peterborough Mayor. So that's somewhere in Ontario. I think it's beside Wawa, Ontario. Peterborough Mayor exonerated after telling anti-maskers to stay the F home. So here's the problem. When everything rolls around and a lot of these people were, we were wrong. So I guess I'm sorry, just like BP. Remember BP when they, British Petroleum, when they had that big leak in the Gulf of Mexico? They just came on and said, sorry. I'm sorry. Is that what they're going to do? And that's it? Nothing happens? The mayor of Peterborough, Ontario did not contravene her municipality's code of conduct when she called a group of anti-lockdown advocates the Traveling Clown Convention that should stay the F home. So here's the problem. I don't know if she got the memo, but what's that other ugly lady on TV? That other ugly one. Not this one. Nancy Pelosi. 3 weeks now, she said, masks don't work, they don't do nothing. She said, just like Facebook was telling us we're allowed to say that the vaccine is now man-made, Nancy Pelosi now says, even though we know that masks don't work, she said so. So she didn't get the memo from Nancy Pelosi that masks don't work. And that's what Nancy Pelosi said, YouTube. So don't shut me down because of that.
You're talking about all men.
Okay, this one's coming out of Pakistan. You better pay close attention to this, people. No jab, no phone. Unvaccinated to have SIM cards blocked. Pakistan Punjab government says. You know what? When you get vaccinated, they take your phone number, they take your SIM number down, they take your SIM number down, and they take everything else down so they know to shut down your SIM number when you don't take the jab. Yep. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Only a minority care about the internet freedom suggested Julia Bilut. So this is the guy that wants to shut down channels like this. What are those other guys there? Rebel News, all those guys. They're trying to, these guys, what they're doing is they're saying, oh, only a minority, a small percentage of Canadians. Hey, you don't want to hear something funny? No, I was going to say something. I'm not going to say it. But yeah, there it is right there. I kind of wanted to throw that out there. Let me just wet my beak here for a bit. Someone asked me, David Xavier is asking, Mike, did you see the news of Ericsson? Yes. The Danish soccer player collapsing? Yes. Peter O'Brien saying, I don't use a phone, so what could they do to me? They're coming after your driver's licenses in some countries. All right, let's keep going here. We got a lot of articles here. Hong Kong protests. Muted demonstrations, at least 4 arrested on anniversary of first major clash of 2019. Remember, guys, that 2019 was the year of the protest? Do you remember that, guys? And then COVID came out of nowhere? Well, it was the year of the protest. And it's man-made. Oh my God, we're connecting the dots. We're figuring this out. So here it is. Hong Kong protests. Police deploy 2,000 officers across the city. 2,000 officers across the city amid calls for residents to rally. Cordoning off streets, doing stop and searches in popular shopping districts. Rallies were planned in 48 international cities to mark June 12, 2019 protest outside of the Legislative Council, the first major clash that year. So the Chinese have a grip right now in Hong Kong. They've a lot of businesses and a lot of money has been flowing out of Hong Kong, which again is raising the housing prices here in Canada and in parts of the United States. All right. Let's see where we are here. Where are we? Okay, oops. We're way back here. Okay, here goes. Turkey seeking dominance over oil fields in Iraq's Mosul, Kirkuk, says analyst. So Turkey wants to get its own oil, but not in its soil. Hey, that sounds like a rap song. Turkey wants to get its own oil, but not on its soil. So there it is right there. Good job, Turkey. I mean, go ahead and do what you want to do. Illegal elections. Good job, Turkey. Just add to the chessboard. There's Turkey pulling. Oh, reports. George Soros paid no income tax in 3 years in a row. What? He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to pay income tax. Only Donald Trump and me and everybody else need to pay income tax. Why is he going to pay income tax for? He's rich. You only pay You only take money from people that don't have money. That's how it works. You take money from people that don't have the money to pay. Why do you think you have an NSFE in your bank? You have no funds available, right? Or no funds there, or whatever it's called. Insufficient funds. Why do you think they have that? To take money from people that don't have it. They clearly see you don't have the money, so they take more money off of you. That's what NSF is. Let me close this window. This guy's face is making me sick. Russia kicks off huge naval drills in the Pacific amid U.S. plan of largest war games. Yeah, baby! Keep up the good work. This is what we need right now. Now, here's the big story of the night, being brought to us by Forbes. This is actually being brought to us from 2.5 hours ago. China officially backs a cryptocurrency and establishes it as their official coin. It's finally happened. A major worldwide government has just bestowed a huge vote of confidence and legitimacy onto the world of cryptocurrencies. China, in an unprecedented move, just announced that they are officially adopting a certain cryptocurrencies as China's official coin. There it is right there, folks, for all you crypto people out there. China's making its own official coin. Yeah, someone says Soros is dead. Someone's saying Mike Martins, that guy is crazy. He climbed the CN Tower several years back. He got arrested for it at the Heritage MP. Who? This guy? Or George Soros climbed the CN Tower? Yemen calls U.S. bluff on ending support in Saudi-led coalition. So the Yemenis won the war against Saudi Arabia, and that's something you will never, ever hear about. But yes, they did, and they're calling their bluff because it looks like the UK now wants to start to destabilize the Yemenis government. Now, the UK, America, a couple other countries are working together to destabilize the Yemenis government. Tony Blair suggests unvaccinated Brits should remain under lockdown restrictions. Right there. Right there. You know why? This guy should be arrested and tried for crimes against humanity with this is Tony Blair's war against Iraq and the illegal invasion. And he's telling people that unvaccinated people should remain under lockdown restrictions? Yeah, tell me about it. Canadian government wants to create border biometrics authority to validate travelers' vaccine status. Here it is, if you don't believe me. So they want to check your status for your vaccines. Why is the government all of a sudden concerned about us like this? What is the goddamn concern about if I get vaccinated or not? If everybody else gets vaccinated... Okay, you know who one of my most favorite comedians is? Richard Pryor. I love Richard Pryor. I listen to his jokes over and over and over and over again. Now, Richard Pryor made a really good vaccine discussion joke. And he said basically, he goes, I'm going to go somewhere. And somebody asked me, hey, did you get your vaccine? And then Buddy looks over at me and says, you better get your vaccine because, you don't want to get sick. And then Richard Pryor looks back and says, what do I need to get a vaccine for? If everybody else is vaccinated, why should they be scared of me? What difference does that make if I'm not vaccinated if they are vaccinated? And it's true. If people are vaccinated, why should they be worried if someone isn't vaccinated? Protesters draw attention to province's growing opioid crisis. So that's the opioid stories we're going to go into. So this is actually huge. Huge. Synthetic marijuanas are killing tons of people. Opioid fentanyls, all kinds of stuff. And China's announcing a new type of opioid fentanyl that's going to be arriving in the next couple of weeks. So prepare yourselves for that, folks, because we're going to be picking up people. It's so here, the province plans to shut down supervised consumption site down. So they have supervised consumption sites in Canada where people could do drugs, and they have opioid and fentanyl dispensaries in Vancouver. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I remember seeing they have dispensary machines where you could go buy your drugs, like in a dispensary. The province plans to shut down. Okay, at the same time, overdose death spikes 153%. 153%. 2020 was Alberta's deadliest year for drug-related deaths. It's more than, I think, what died from COVID, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. I don't know anything, but I'm just kind of throwing this out there. Not just a white problem. Blacks and Latinos see the largest spike in overdose deaths during COVID-19 pandemic, study finds. So, EMS workers increased by 42% in the U.S. They compared to 2018 to 2019, according to the study published on Wednesday. It's peer journal JAMA Psychiatry. So the largest spikes among blacks and Latinos are 50.3% and 49.7% increase in overdose deaths during the pandemic. So is it because of the pandemic? No, I think this has been happening for many years. This is something that they're trying to spin it on the pandemic because everything is COVID. Everything. This shirt is COVID and racist. This jug is COVID and it's racist. This microphone is COVID and it's racist. So there it is right there. Okay, where was I here? Distributors, regulators cast blame on opioid pandemic. In West Virginia here, opioid distribution companies and federal regulators pointed the finger at each other as a contributing factor in the nation's opioid epidemic during the landmark civil trial in West Virginia. The former Drug Enforcement Administration official and distributors each argued on Wednesday that the other side disagreed requests to comply with regulations and policy. Why would they comply with regulations and policy when it's making the money? And that's what it's all about. And that money gets funneled into real estate, and the real estate goes up because they're creating these artificial shortages and leave the homes empty. When you buy a home from drug money, just leave it empty. Just leave it empty. We got Motorhead Beanie in the house saying hi. We got Spare Dime in the house. We got Bat Soup in the house. We got D-Man in the house. We got Kia Hugdos. Kia saying, Mike, Toronto's turning normal. No one cares about COVID-19 anymore. All right. This one's from The Conversation. The deadly opioid fentanyl is turning up in design. Oh, in disguise. I'm sorry. Let me just open this so I can see it better. There it is right there. The deadly opioid fentanyl is turning up in disguise. No, and then there's designer drugs too, eh? On Sydney streets, making illicit drug use even riskier. So there it is. People using stimulants like methamphetamine and cocaine are not looking for depressant effects of opioids. They would not have expected their drugs to contain fentanyl. So they're lacing fentanyl and all kinds of crap. There was an overdose. There was a big problem, a big altercation on the street, and every week there's a body being picked up in our little downtown core here in Merritt, BC, and people just partying and behind stores and behind little alleyways, and yeah. How China flooded the U.S. with lethal fentanyl fueling the opioid crisis. So fentanyl, in the form of highly lethal synthetic opioid that has been making its way through the U.S. over the last decade. That's why I brought this up. How long has the housing crisis been happening in the blue states? It's been happening for 10 years. How long has it been happening in Canada? 10 years. So when you actually put the math together and connect the dots, you'll see that this is an economic drug-fueled Mickey Mouse takeover. And our governments are allowing this to happen. Hey, did you hear the news? Joe Biden now is part of the family. See? French President Macron says U.S. is definitely back. Welcomes Joe Biden to the club. Yes, club right here. And you know what the thing is? Nobody votes for these people, but they still get in. I still haven't met a human being that voted for Hill Dog during the 2017 election. I still haven't met or spoken to one being on this planet that actually voted for her and she got the popular vote. And then what? There's 350 million people in America. I don't know one person that voted for her. We're overlooking the major culprit in the opioid crisis. So it starts again 2011, and this is dated 2 weeks ago. So why all of a sudden is this coming out now? That goes back to 2011. Everything goes back to 2011. And the third wave of drugs that came in fentanyl, nearly 100,000 people died. What? Okay. Full screen this, guys. This is serious. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Once again, the addiction worsened. Nearly 100,000 people are thought to have died from overdose in 2020, the deadliest toll from overdose in American history. From manufactured fentanyl. Holy crap. 100,000 people. I didn't know. Okay, I thought it was like 40,000. But I thought 40,000 people died in America from this, not 100,000. And if they're telling you 100, it's 200,000. If they tell you 100, it's actually 200,000. All right, let's get somebody on the show before I end up having some coordinary problems here. Oh, Ricky Spanish is on. I haven't seen him on in a while. Let's get Fringe here to wind this down a bit, because I'm way too hyper tonight. Let's see if she picks up the phone. Yeah, Simple is saying that is the real pandemic right there. No answer. Okay, no worries. I just spoke to her earlier. I'll get her on the show. Oh, she's saying call if you want. All right, I'm calling right now again. She may have her tone thingy shut down. Yeah, she may have her ringer off.
Ricky Spanish.
Oh, there you are. No, she hung up. Hello? Hello?
Mike.
Hello?
Hey.
Is this French Files?
It's Blunt.
Oh, it's Blunt News. Hold on. Let me call French back. I'll call you towards the end of the show, okay?
Yeah, I don't think I called you.
Oh, I guess it's calling you. Oh my god.
Hey, but yeah, you can call me if you like later.
I'll call you, but let me call you back towards the end of the show. I need you to help me wind down, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. So we got Blunt News. It's calling Blunt News. Wow. Talk about, like, I think Skype is going haywire, to be honest with you guys. So let's get Fringe on the show here. Hello?
Hey, I'm on, babe.
Yes. How are you tonight?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All right, guys.
Sorry I don't have my video up.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Here it is here. It's the new channel. Is this your new channel, Wall Street Stackers?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay, guys, this is the link to Wall Street Stackers. If you guys want to, if you can subscribe, go over right now and subscribe. Let's get it to 1,000 subscribers in the next 24 hours.
Oh, that would be good. Mike, is it 1,000 where you can do community post? I'm trying to get to where I can do community posts, but I can't yet, and I can't remember on the other channel how long it took.
I have no idea. They gave me that when I don't know why. That was a newer thing. I never
Mm-hmm.
really took notice until and then started using it until like maybe 8 months ago. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, could we see you or no? Are you hiding?
No, I'm hiding. I did a lot of work today, and I look rough.
That's okay. That's okay. No problem. No problem. So you sent me a message saying that I was bang on about some housing thing.
Oh yeah, the Amerifornia.
Mhm.
I mean, now I'm starting to see it, Mike. I don't know if we will get the crash that I was somewhat expecting.
They
And
won't
if
allow
we,
it. Not with your
they
new
won't
president
allow it.
select.
No, not at all. I don't think it would have mattered who was in office. I knew that so JP Morgan, BlackRock, these other big institutional buyers out there, I knew that they had been buying residential homes since the crash,
Mhm.
but I figured that they were picking up everything on the cheap, right? Anything that was foreclosed, go to the courthouse auctions, you know.
Oh, they're paying 10 to 50,000 over asking.
It's well 50%
Mhm.
over asking. I was jaw dropped at some of the statistics that I saw, and this is only picking up.
Oh, we're getting started. California is just
It's
starting.
just getting started.
Now, let me
Yeah.
explain to you why. Okay, I'm not trying to play all pro Trump. I really am not. But let me explain to you why there's a difference with Donald Trump. Gone. The reason why, between the two administrations, why it's going to happen under Joe Biden's watch, why you guys will receive a California, it's very simple. Because the Chinese hated Donald Trump, and the students and the investors avoided America. So America lost its money laundering destination, and everybody went to Australia and Canada and the UK. Now that Joe Biden's back, it seems like an easier ride, and they'll be turning a blind eye to the money laundering. That's just my opinion, but you guys are 4 years behind us. Now it's going to start picking up.
Oh, I'm seeing it. Even around me, I live in a really poor area. And even around here, I mean, people already couldn't afford if they wanted to move into a new home around here, if one even comes up for sale because it's such a small area. Even here after this whole scamdemic thing, I mean, prices they jumped.
Mhm.
And we are getting those new people coming in, the guys that want to get out of the cities or wherever. I don't know why the heck they would want to come here, but they are.
They
And
don't have
just
a choice.
land and housing. Yeah, there you go.
I don't know
It's
if you
cheap.
I don't know if you watched my Wednesday show, that housing, that discussion finance show where I got really mad at the beginning. How they kept saying COVID-19 is pushing families out of the big cities because of the fear of getting COVID into small towns. No. It's young families cannot afford to live in cities any longer, so they're moving out to smaller rural areas. And the
Exactly.
media.
Or to places like Texas and Tennessee and where BlackRock is doing most of their buying right now, like 24% of Dallas was bought up by
Yes.
institutional investors.
Yeah.
This is recently, Mike.
Okay,
So
but
when you're coming from California to Texas, even if they paid 50% over for that home, rent's still cheap in Texas compared to California, right?
no.
But normal people can't afford that.
Right. And we had this problem happening in Reno, Nevada,
Mhm,
where a
mhm.
ton of people were being rent evicted, where they were evicting people, tenants for years that were years and years renting. They kicked them all out so they could put in more people from California that were willing to pay more for rent. And
Mhm.
that was a major issue. This was about a year ago where that was happening in September of last year. And now it's gotten to a part of where we're at right now, where North and South Dakota and Montana, they're all getting hit like you guys are there. And I'm telling you, Amerifornia is so real. And I remember saying it the day they stopped the election counting or some bizarre crap. Even though they counted California before 8 o'clock happened, California, Oregon, and Washington State was already blue and counted. I've never seen that happen before, but they did it right away. But they couldn't count Massachusetts, Georgia, and all that. After that day and the next day, I already made my Amerifornia's Coming video with your new president-elect. And I got so many people pissing and yelling at me because they have to count the votes. It's not over and blah, blah, blah. No, it's over. Now you're going to see what's going to happen with Taiwan. And oh, this is huge. Biden had to be selected as president. Not elected, selected. And we're going to see going forward why. And the marijuana is one of the big plays of it.
Oh, it is. And you know how we talk a lot about China on this channel too, right?
I love
and
China.
and to me, at the end of the day, it's all a big stage. They all work together, and yeah, we're all in this together. It's like High School Musical for whoever's running the world here, singing along together. But guess what? BlackRock actually just recently was given the green light to do some sort of investing with China or to handle some of their stuff. So isn't that weird? Y'all guys are paying 20 to 50% over asking for entire subdivisions here. The green light was given with China. These homes are also being rolled over into Americans' pension funds.
That's right.
Excuse me, red lights going off I mean, Mike, this put a knot in my stomach. What I learned today made me feel sick. And I'll tell you why. There's a lot of us that have been patiently waiting on the sidelines. Now, I have a home. This home, it could be paid off almost tomorrow. But, we do the whole mortgage thing just so we don't, literally deplete all of our cash, things like that. So I'm in a home. I'm somewhat comfortable here. But for people that have been waiting on the sidelines and you see that this could go an entirely different direction, you've now been waiting, some people 10 years plus to get into a home. Prices have only gone up. And I don't think now they're not coming down. Like, the best advice I could give somebody is if you think that it'll come down, even before then, go buy an acre of land somewhere. Just pay cash, get that acre, and at least have something.
You guys can do that. In Canada, an acre of land, depending where you are, starts at about
2 million.
260, 300 grand.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yep.
And my big fear here too is a lot of people in chat are saying, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. What's the guy's name? Larry Fink, BlackRock CEO, actually just got assigned to the World Economic Forum's Board of Trustees. So you literally will own nothing, but you won't be happy. I find all that too interesting. How can people look over that and say there's no connection there? There's definitely a connection there.
All right, watch this, guys. Let's go to full screen here. This is the video I made. This is over 5 years ago. Get out of Vancouver, price hikes for 2017. And I got out of Vancouver and I moved here. Get out of Surrey, Burnaby, New Westminster, Vancouver, mass exodus, people leaving the city 4 years ago. Vancouver, housing is ruined, and I've been seeing this. And even, look, get out of Sydney, Australia, housing out of reach. 5 years ago. It says 4, but I haven't lived here in 5 years in this location. But this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. So what's going to happen? Okay, Fringe, I'll tell you what's going to happen. You guys now are going to catch up to us. Now, let me explain what's going to happen, okay? One, you're going to see more food banks pop up than McDonald's, Burger King, and Taco Bell combined.
Oh, I believe it.
Like in London.
In some areas, you're halfway there. Some areas, definitely.
Yeah. You're going to start seeing that outnumbering. You're going to start to see banks give people food bank vouchers so they could go to get food at the food bank like Australia is doing, so that you don't fall behind on your mortgage, so that the bank gets your money every month. You're going to see so much happening. Amerifornia is going to come. It's coming. And you're going to see Texifornia. You're going to see New Mexifornia. You're going to see Florifornia. You're going to see it's going to be, and this is what they've been wanting to achieve, an entirely blue America. And that is what, this is what's going to destroy you guys. As much as some people don't think it's a politically driven thing, trust me, China despised Trump. China hated Trump. Chinese did not invest in America. Chinese students didn't come to American colleges during the Trump administration. They did, but not as great numbers. Now that the new president-elect came into play, you're going to see America's GDP be driven by housing, just like Canada, Australia, UK, and what was it? Australia and New Zealand.
And the next thing that comes after that, on that video I had just in, someone commented about how, eventually they're going to price your taxes so high that even if I owned this home, 10 years from now, after they're done buying up everything that they could, well, how are they going to get me out of here? They're going to bump those taxes up.
Well, California,
Yeah.
Canada. My mom, she sold her home 2 years ago after I lost my father, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was already paying $7,000 a year for property tax.
Holy cow.
Yeah, for nothing. If you see the house, you'd be like $7,000 a year for that. And there's people in her area that have bigger homes or corner lots. They're paying $9,800 a year. People in Toronto are paying $10,000 to $12,000 a year in property tax.
Jeez.
Right now, it's not coming. It's now. Right now, they're paying. You want to see? Want to hear something, Fringe? What they're taxing people on in Canada?
Go ahead.
You know the water that comes off your roof?
Yeah.
You know the water that rolls down the driveway?
Yeah.
They're actually paying sewerage deposit on that water, or tax.
Oh, wow.
You can't
What?
you can't make this up. So the water that rolls down your driveway, and it goes to the sewer, you actually have to pay a sewerage tax on that.
This is so messed up.
Yeah.
This is beyond messed up.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, what are we doing? I'm not saying we need to like get out in the streets and act crazy, but at the end of the day, how do people just go, this is okay. I'm okay with it. No, you shouldn't be okay with that. Jesus. It's sickening.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's disgusting, actually. And it's disgusting me to a point where I don't know. It's just almost like I've lost. You see, the problem is, let's just say for argument's sake, okay? Let's say for argument's sake, Canada or America or Australia or one of the English-speaking countries. Let's say they really find a good grassroots leader movement for the people, by the people, about the people. We love the people, okay? With a clean background that has some sort of knowledge of business, that knows the locals, with the locals. It doesn't matter, Fringe. They run.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves them. Everybody goes to their rallies. Everybody adores and puts statues up of him. And guess what happens next? He loses the election, even though everybody liked him. And that's just how elections are going to be going forward.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
I agree with that.
You can get the most, he's not going to lose because nobody voted for him. Everybody voted for him. I still haven't found a human being that voted for Hill Dog, and she won the popular vote. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
This is a major issue, and I think the reason why they say, "Oh, you should not know who you vote for; it's illegal. You shouldn't tell people who you're voting for." You know why? Because if everybody came up and said, if everybody wore a red shirt, if they were going to vote, let's say Trump, you see a sea of red shirts everywhere, then the news won't cover it, for example. But they're going to say, "Oh, you can't do that; it's illegal. You can't," and they start arresting people for wearing red shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because you'll see seas of red shirts, and I'm not saying because of Trump. I'm just saying for an example, right?
Yeah.
And it's terrible. It's terrible.
It is. And it's I don't know. I just I had a shift in thought today, and we need to get ready for just about anything. With the way that things are going, I mean, tent cities are going to be everywhere.
Yes.
You spoke about, the fentanyl, and most people don't know, guys, that they're about to take fentanyl. But a lot of these people get here because they get so depressed. They have nothing to lose. It's like, why not try something new that just puts me out of it for a couple hours? And, the problem just grows from here. And no one out there is actually going to try to fix it. Nobody out there wants to actually fix it. You just get to a point where you realize this is the demise of just everything's controlled. It's purposeful. And it's really messed up how people can be just that evil. What makes you want that much power? And the power grab isn't even necessarily the bad thing. There can be good leaders.
Mm-hmm.
There can be good leaders. But
would they be allowed?
They don't get to make it to the top.
Yeah, okay,
they don't make it.
But the good leader, the good people that could go in and make a difference for the people, they're going to be trashed by the mainstream media.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be trashed by the club. Did you see that article I read earlier about the club, that Joe Biden's back in the club now because France said so? France said so?
France. Yeah. Yeah. It's, I don't know. Just get ready for anything, guys. I mean, anything. I don't think people here would make fun of me for saying this, but food, water, defense, have all your ducks in a row. And currently, I'm not a fan of the stock market at all, but if we go full blown Venezuela, it might not be a bad idea to be in it. So I've even changed my investing strategy a little. Now it's a little bit of silver, it's a little bit of crypto, and it's a little bit of stock.
Let me ask your
It's
opinion
all
on
divided
something. China just announced that they're going with with not a gold, but a Chinese cryptocurrency now. They've approved it through their, I guess, through their legislation or whatever they have there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's happening. It's going to happen here too. Something. I mean, I don't think you'll get to necessarily pick and choose, and I think we're going to see a lot more regulation come down. And I hate regulation, but hear me out here, guys. As far as like Bitcoin and things that you might be invested in now, regulation, sadly, is the best thing that could happen to cryptocurrencies because of all of these hedge funds that don't have a way to necessarily take a good loss on it right now, or they're not so sure of the future. Wall Street wants it. Wall Street wants crypto. They would like to take that asset higher, but they don't feel comfortable doing so yet. So as soon as you start getting these very clear guidelines into crypto, I mean, you've already seen Bitcoin hit 65, was it 65,000? Taking, major losses here if you had invested recently, but if you've been in it for a while, you're fine. You're just fine. And as soon as this regulation is passed, I mean, I guess you can say to the moon. I know that's stupid to say, but to the moon.
That's what Chris Green said on AMTV. Okay, Wall Street Stackers. Here it is, guys. I'm going to give you the link again. If you guys could go over, you already got a few more subscribers there. Go ahead and subscribe to Wall Street Stackers. She did a housing video here. And, yeah. So maybe sometime when you stream or whatever, I'll come on your show and I'll talk about Amerifornia and what I've been... What I've found out about, I found a few things out. I'm going to make a video in the next couple of days to kind of address them. And it's a lot worse, actually, than I originally predicted. But if, okay, can I ask your response on this house, please? That $9 million house?
Yeah, what state did you say that was in?
Oh, this is in Vancouver. This is in Canada. This is where it's 9 months of the year it's cold.
This makes no sense. And it's so open, right? It's so in your face as to what's going on, but normal everyday people can't put a stop to it. You know exactly what's happening.
I think this house was built in 1911.
It's money laundering.
Yeah. The fentanyl sales, right? So the fentanyl is big. They need the drug because a lot of people, you know, that America is one of the biggest drug consuming country in the planet. And China's had its grips in California, Oregon, and in Washington. Now they want to move, a lot of the gangs want to move out and move into the interior and start relaundering that money into more houses, right? Into secure investments, right? So I don't know who could go up against this. I don't know who would want to go up against this, but we need some sort of a return of we need some sort of savior to come. We need some sort of first contact from aliens. We need something big to happen to come to Earth and just stop everything. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I do. Honestly, just bring on the aliens. I don't care if it's Project Bluebeam or not. Just if everything else goes away, cool. Cool.
Yeah. All right, Fringe. It's so great to talk to you, and yeah, we'll touch base really soon. And you have a good night, and God bless.
All right. Thanks, guys. Good night.
Good night. That is Fringe Files. Don't forget to subscribe to her channel. I wanted to get a reaction on this beautiful house here. You can't make this stuff up, guys. I don't even know. Like, I'm so... I'm so lost for words of where things are headed, and...
Ricky Spanish.
And, okay, well, it looks like we got Blunt. Let's call Blunt back. Let's get Blunt on the show. Oh, he sent me a video. Yeah, let me call him right now. I hope it doesn't call Fringe back.
You're talking about all men.
You there, buddy?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I could barely hear you. It sounds like you're on speakerphone. Are you flying a plane or something?
Yo, can you hear me now?
I can, but it's really like muffly.
All right, I'm gonna kill this.
Oh, I could hear you perfect now.
All right, how about now?
I hear you perfectly. It's good. So, what is going on, dude? Tell us what's on your mind, man. I know you guys talk about a lot, Blunt News. You guys have a lot of stuff to talk about. What's going on, Blunt?
What's not going on, Mike? We're just going down the path that we've been predicting the whole time, right? I mean, it's gonna more globalization, less freedoms. So, it's all expected. I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody what's happening here.
Now, how do you feel about this $9.8 million opportunity of a lifetime?
We talked about it on your prediction show, Mike, on January 1st, I believe, or just into the new year.
Yeah, it was December 28th or 29th we did. Yeah, prediction show.
Assets are being inflated. Fiat is trash. You have to put your money into assets. It's as simple as that. Then it's not $9 million is not something crazy when it's just garbage fiat. The fact that you can still go into a silver dealer and give them $30 for an ounce of silver is insane. Who is the fool accepting that fiat?
Right.
So that's where we are. We're living in a nation where the money is garbage, and people are just chasing assets, and there's not so many assets available. So lots of fiat, limited assets. Here we are.
And you know what's fueling this, right? The fentanyl, the opioids. And I just got word here, I didn't even know this. This was published a week ago, that in 2020, 100,000 people in America overdosed on fentanyl. That's in 1 year. I thought, I was shocked. I thought it was 46,000.
Hey, Mikey, there's I can't remember if it's 40,000 or 80,000 children are starving to death every year. The media doesn't give the media doesn't care about this stuff. If it's not, to their benefit, if they can't use it to gain more power and strip us of more freedoms, you're not going to see it on your local news. You're not going to see it on your national news.
The news is always looking for opportunity to take like some sort of disaster or something that happens negatively and then spin it into the narrative, They're always looking for that.
If the negative thing that was happening was natural, you can't blame them for taking the opportunity. But the fact is, they're creating the disaster and they're offering us the solution. Okay, they are literally creating the disaster. You got the G7 all meeting up, talking about how they're gonna fix the economy when they're the 16 plus or what? It's really hard not to swear here, Mike, because these people are the ones who created the economic disaster, and they want to come together and talk about solutions.
Hey, did you see Joe Biden could join the crowd now? He's back in the club.
And barely. I don't know if you watched the video of someone who started asking him questions, and his wife comes running in like, okay, come, Joe. They're very careful to make sure he's not talking to the public or to anyone who's not scripted, for that matter. It's all a joke. It's phony, baloney, bull crap for the sheep to eat up. And guess what? They're eating it up.
Yep. And a lot
They're
of
eating it all up, Mike.
And can I is it okay, Blunt, if I tell you where this all stems from?
Go
Housing
ahead, I'd
affordability.
like to hear.
Housing affordability. It stems right from the
affordability. What do we have?
Right from the root source. Your
We have 18
homelessness,
houses for every
unemployment,
citizen.
everything has to do with people not being afford shelter.
Mike, how many houses do we have for every citizen in Canada? 18 houses per citizen.
Yeah.
Who's buying these houses? I got questions, and these politicians aren't answering our questions.
Well,
Okay,
because they're
it's just a
politicians.
show. It's just a show for us. And what really pisses me off is all these sheep and zombies eating it all up. I go to the convenience store with my son, and all I see is a lineup of people with masks buying lottery tickets for a deadly pandemic, eh? It's so deadly, you got to go out of your house and buy a lottery ticket? Is that how deadly it is? It's all
No,
bullcrap.
it's so deadly that you have to get tested to see if you got it.
Yeah. This is the biggest travesty. Canada, a beautiful nation. Europeans built this thing up into a great, great, beautiful nation. And now a bunch of globalists are coming and tearing it apart. These communists are winning, Mike. That's the problem. This is a boulder running downhill, and we ain't going to stop it. So if people want to smarten up, they better get prepared. They better get some assets, and they better get some food, because we're starting to see food shortages. And not only that, they're talking about climate change lockdowns. Get ready for that, because they have it in the plans. And they're talking about cutting off beef, and they're talking about cutting off travel and fuel. And this is not a joke. And if people don't wake up, and if they don't wake up quick, they're going to be living in a nightmare.
Okay, let me ask you, and in all fairness, I ordered a pizza again, and you know what they asked me? Would you like to try our new delicious plantaroni on your pizza? It's like pepperoni, but it's made from juices and garbage from plants.
Our government is putting out contracts to review and study bugs as feed for humans and animals. Bugs. You guys want to eat bugs? Keep going along with the plan. Okay? You want to live a dystopian life, then keep going along with the plan. If you believe COVID is a real threat to us on its own without government intervention, then you need to get your head checked, because all I see is a bunch of sheep getting the vaccine because they want their freedoms back, not because they're afraid of COVID. They want vaccines to get their freedoms back. This is insane, untested, unverified, still in trials. The big pharma has no liability, and people still line up for this thing.
Can I tell you what people are more worried about? I know you're upset, and I'm going to make you even more pissed. Are you ready for this?
Go ahead, Mikey.
Merry Day Off. New Jersey School Board erases holiday names from calendar to prevent hurt feelings.
Forget the schools, Mike. Forget the schools.
No, I kind of want to throw that out there, because now they want to erase, because this is our children. And they're not allowed.
I pulled my son out of school, and it was the best thing I've ever done. And you know what? When I first did it, I was a little bit scared, and I was worried about what the future would hold and if I was doing the right thing. And you know what? Since I did it, it's been the best thing I've ever done. And I'll never put my son in the government indoctrination camp ever again, because you know what? They're trying to tell kids you can't talk at lunch because of COVID. They're making these kids wear masks all day long. This is insane. This is completely insane. And people keep going along with it. No, man, I haven't worn a mask anywhere, and I will never wear a mask, and I'll do it proudly. And you know what? When I was at the convenience store the other day, I had a smile on my face, and the eyes of these people, they're lost souls, lost people with nothing. They got no God in them. They got nothing. They have no beliefs other than the state. And they go along to get along, and they think they're going to be saved. They're not going to be saved. You think you can ostracize half the population? Oh, fuck. I just fucking killed a raccoon. Anyways, you think you can, did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Did you guys?
You just killed a raccoon. Okay, continue.
Holy shit. What was I on? I was on a roll there.
All right, let me interrupt. So, you know Peterborough. You know Peterborough.
Say it again.
Peterborough.
Yeah. Peterborough.
Peterborough mayor exonerated after telling anti-maskers to stay the F home.
The Peterborough mayor is going to be hung from a light pole.
Hey, calm down. I don't want to get shut down.
No, but think about it, Mikey. These people are trying to destroy people's livelihoods. They're trying to tell them that they can't be part of society. I'm done, Mike. I'm done playing their game, and I'm done compromising with their bullshit. Okay, people better stand up, and they better stand up now. Okay, and it all started with a mask, and I told you guys this a year ago. And if you're still wearing masks out in public, then you are contributing to the problem.
I
It's
just
as
wear a
simple as
mask
that.
at Walmart. I don't wear it driving in the public in my store. I don't wear it anywhere else. I just wear it because the Walmart guy said he'll break my arm if I didn't put it on.
I've been kicked out of one place in a year and a half. One place. Nobody dare says anything except for this Chinese convenience store owner, obviously, kicking me out of the store because I tried to buy some burger buns for a barbecue, and she kicked me out of her store because I wasn't wearing a mask. But yeah,
No, hold on. Stop. What about the incentives they're giving people for taking the jab? Free ice cream.
Oh, you want some ice
free
cream?
lap dances in Vegas.
Donuts? You want some beer? You
free
want
marijuana.
You want some weed? I don't know. You can grow weed in Canada. Marijuana has no value to me since we could start growing it. This is for sheep, dumbed down, retarded people. These are the people who are following these orders. You know, these are people who can't make their own way. They can't make up their own minds. And I have no patience for them. I'm done. I'm done with it. I live my life. And you know what? I've ran my business a year and a half. They try to shut us down. Forget them. You know, we had the health department show up at our door knocking. They stood there for 15 minutes while we laughed at them. Go, break down the door. Nothing. They did nothing. And we continue to make money, and we continue to throw on allow customers to pay with credit card and debit because we're not hiding. We're doing it out in public. Here we are. We're running our business, and we don't give a damn about what they say. Okay, Canada, we built a beautiful country, and now some fancy-haired, moistly speaking or whatever the hell he's talking about wants to destroy it. No, we're going to destroy him, and it's not going to take long if he keeps going down this road.
Wow, you seem pretty intense. I've never seen you this upset before, and I understand. I see where you're coming from on this. You took a lot of stress off my shoulders tonight. I can tell you that right now.
No, but how long are we going to go down this road, Mike? How long are we going to keep playing nice? How long are we going to keep staying quiet?
Well, here's the thing.
Are you
Listen.
allow society to
Listen.
you? Are you going to allow society to tell you that you can't shop, that you can't get health care, that you can't own a business,
you
that
can't
you can't
travel?
run a business?
Yes, you can't travel. You're going to take your driver's license, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. I have a feeling, and I've been saying this, it's 6 weeks to go now. Remember last week I said 7 weeks to go? Remember? Well, we're 6 weeks away. Just be patient for 6 weeks. We've been dealing with this shit for a year. Just give it 6 more weeks, and you're going to start to see what I'm talking about in 6 weeks.
I think we're going to see it in the fall. They're going to start pushing this. They're going to give us a little freedom in the summer, so people forget.
Oh yeah, like your friend here. Your friend here. Said that. Where is he here? Oh, Manitoba unveils reopening plan to have one great summer.
When the fall,
they're allowing our kids to go out and play because they say so.
When flu season comes and they come with the Delta bullshit,
it's
going to be
Delta ball juice.
Yes, the Delta ball juice variant. It's going to be do or die. Either you step up, or we're done. We're done. The next plan for the next lockdown is going to be regional travel restrictions.
Yeah.
Tito Santana.
Are you guys going to go for that? That's the question you have to ask yourself. You going to believe that this is a real deadly?
Dude, listen, if we were in a pandemic, we would know it. A pandemic death rate is 26 points.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Hello? Well, we're going to... Blunt just cut off on us. It's okay. He's got to calm down. He needs to calm down. It's 6 weeks to go, folks. Last week it was 7. This week it's 6. We got 6 weeks to go, folks, and we're going to start to see the fracturing. It's going to fracture. The pendulum is already... So let's say the pendulum... let me go on full screen here to show you what's going on. So we got a pendulum, okay? June, July of 2020, we were here. The pendulum is starting to swing back. It's here. They're losing. A lot of these people are losing, right? And Blunt's pretty upset right now. I could tell he's really bothered with the situation right now. I get it. And you know, that's the choice you take when you become a politician. That's the choice you take when you become a celebrity, that you will be, you know, upset. You will be... Hello?
Yo.
Okay, all right. I'm just explaining to people, look, when people take a position as a politician, a public figure, an actor, somebody in the public eye, you will get ridiculed. You will get, like me, I'm not even known. And I get trashed and bashed. And I get all kinds of stuff. I get websites made about me, calling me a molester. All this garbage. But this is the chance that I take, or the what I have to take to get my voice out there. And that's the ridicule that we have to deal with. Like when Blunt is saying, you know, this guy's going to get that, or this guy's going to be that, and this guy should be this and that. Well, Blunt's upset because these are the people in the public eye, the people that we're supposed to have to, I don't know how to say, give our, you know, when you vote for somebody, or you vote for somebody to do something, you're handing over your power to them, right? And you're giving them power to make decisions for you is what you're doing when you vote. But our voting is useless. And like I said with Fringe, when Fringe was on the show, and I said, Fringe, it doesn't matter. You could have the best clean cut, clean background, top of the line person to run, grassroots, loves the people, but the media is going to bash him. They're going to make up stories. They're going to find a laptop on his kid and make him look like a you know what I mean? But if it's the right person that's in that situation that they want, they're not going to care what the person does. But when it's do you understand what I'm saying, Blunt? So it's not just the people in power that are doing this. It's the media that's supporting it. It's our tax dollars that's supporting the media. In Canada, we have state-run media in Canada. We bailed out our media 3 times already.
Who's ready to step up, Mikey? That's the question. Because this is not, we've been talking about this for years. We're going to keep talking. We can keep talking while they continuously keep ostracizing us and taking away our freedoms. They're talking about giving special, opening up the economy to vaccinated people, and unvaccinated people are going to suffer, and they're not going to be able to shop and get health care.
Well, you have your other friend here. Let me find him here. Where is it here? Where is he? I just saw him here. Boris, was it Boris? That idiot warmonger. The guy that started war with Iraq, Blair, that Tony Blair, the guy who basically started massive problems in Iraq during here it is. Tony Blair suggests unvaccinated Brits should remain under lockdown restrictions. The guy who started war with Iraq, okay, the guy who started an illegal war with a country that had no weapons of mass destruction is telling people they should remain under lockdown.
I posted a picture on your Discord, Mikey, of what happened to the people in the Nuremberg trials, and this is gonna come again, or we're screwed. We're screwed big time. Basically, what I'm saying is, either our legal system is strong enough to do what's right, or it's not. And if it's not, we're in big trouble. Big trouble.
Yeah, I can feel it, man. I feel it in the air, man. But give it 6 weeks.
I mean, there's sensationalism, and we could have maybe said that a year ago, but here we are a year and a half later, and they're doubling down, tripling down, and nothing's changing. They're going to give us our summer. They're going to give us the flu. There's no flu in the summer, so they're going to give it to us, and come fall, when flu season kicks up again, they're going to give us this Delta bullshit, and people are still buying it. I mean, it's do or die, man. It's do or die. The stuff that they're teaching the kids in school, and like, I can't believe that parents are still sending their kids there. It's unbelievable. This is your flesh and blood. These are and you're going to allow them to be indoctrinated with this ridiculous newspeak and this I don't know, the race. What is it? What are they calling it? Critical race theory and
they make up language. They make up all kinds of crap to fit the narrative. You know what I'm saying? And
the Macho Man Randy Savage.
They make it up, but people eat it up. That's the issue. my issue isn't them trying to press. My issue is the people who continuously fall for it. You know, like how much more do you need to see before
Blunt.
you realize that
Blunt.
this is not,
Blunt.
we're not going down the right path?
Blunt. It's going back to, I don't know if you remember, I made a video specifically while I was driving, and I made a video talking about how we as people, or majority of people nowadays, not me or you, but a majority of people nowadays do not negotiate for themselves anymore. And that's the scary part. Because if people negotiated for themselves and made their own decisions, this thing wouldn't be happening today.
Yeah, there's no pandemic according to me. I've been living my life as a, you know, as normal. I don't wear the mask. I go out where I please. I go to the parks with my son, even when they had the yellow tape. And as a matter of fact, we made it a fun game to rip that crap down. And we're going to continue to do that.
Guys, we got a sharp rise in cases now, according to Moscow News here. Moscow mayor orders a week of paid leave for workers and imposes curfew on nightlife in a bid to control sharp rise in COVID cases.
Yeah, they're all in on it. You know, Russia, China, all of Europe, the whole world is, all the leaders of the world are in on this, and it's not a surprise, and it's been prophesized and talked about before, and it was ridiculed. Those ideas were ridiculed, and now go ridicule them, because it's clearly what's going on. Mm-hmm. Agenda 21 was laughed at until it was all achieved, and now Agenda 2030 Sustainable Development Goals is being ridiculed, and they're going to achieve that too unless people start to stand up. Take that mask off, go where you please, open your business, and live your life.
Right. So, guys, this is Blunt News. He is in the Discord. Blunt, when you get a chance, are you driving or something?
Yeah, I'm driving.
Oh, because you hit a squirrel. Okay, sorry about that.
It was a raccoon.
Oh, a raccoon. Sorry, you hit a raccoon. Okay. Listen, somebody put the link to the Discord in there if you can. I got it open, but I don't even know where to find it. Like, it's just, somebody put a link to the Discord. If you want to talk to Blunt News.
You're talking about
all men.
All men.
And as far as these shortages go, it's all bullcrap.
Yeah, the wood shortage, that's it, Mickey Mouse could eat.
Especially the wood shortage, because what I'm seeing is these yards out in the country loaded with pallets of 2x4s, 2x6s, plywood, like, acres and acres of them. So someone is stocking this crap for later on. For later on, when we open up the economy, or for whatever, whatever's coming next, they're going to be selling wood and making a mint off of it. And that's what's going on. How can you talk about a wood shortage and live in Canada? Like, people need to give their heads a shake.
Don't you know we don't have any trees anymore?
Yeah, we don't have any trees, eh?
You know that Canada right now, I just checked with the forestry district in Alberta. You know that right now, according to Alberta, BC, and what was that, and Saskatchewan, we actually have more trees now than we did in 1866.
It's a renewable resource.
Well,
Mike.
but we have more trees now than we did in 1866.
And grow this stuff. The renewable resource. They want sustainable development. We should be using wood.
Oh, yes. Maxime Bernier was arrested in Manitoba for breaking public health orders. PPC, the only hope in Canada. Yeah, I did. I messaged him on Instagram. I don't know if he got back to me. But I saw Maxime Bernier did get arrested. One of the political hard right, alt-right political figures here in Canada that actually cares. I think he's the only guy that really cares about Canada and cares about its people. That's just me. Could Maxime Bernier be our last?
We live in communist Canada. We jail. I don't know. I hate to put my support behind Maxime Bernier, because he's establishment like the rest. He has been saying all the right things. He's been doing all the right things, but at the same time, he could be controlled opposition. I don't know, Mike. It's really hard to tell. And you know, the thing is, you can't vote yourself out of communism. You know.
So here's the article right here, guys. Maxime Bernier got arrested. Here it is right here. Let me just throw this up here for you folks. People's Party of Canada leader Maxime Bernier arrested by the RCMP in Manitoba. This guy right here, this guy should be prime minister. This guy getting arrested? This should be our prime minister right here. You know why? Because he's going against whatever health Mickey Mouse orders are putting up.
Yeah, he's saying all the right things, no doubt. And if you're going to put your support behind someone, I suppose he's the guy to go for. But again, you cannot vote your way out of communism. Doesn't work that way.
I understand. But you know what's kind of funny? Our home country, I know you're a Portuguese like me, right? But you know, in our home country, they actually don't lie about it. Because I vote every couple of years, I vote for the president of Portugal. Every 4 years, I get a ballot to the door. I basically go ahead and vote who I want to vote for. But in Portugal, you got 14, 15 parties. You have the Communist Party of Portugal. You got the Workers' Communist Party of Portugal. You got the Conservative Party of Portugal. You got the Liberal Party of Portugal. You got the monarchy you could vote for. They don't hide the parties. They're there. You want communism? Vote for communism. You want Socialist Party of Portugal? You vote. There's 18 different parties. Right?
Yeah, Portugal has a lot going for it. They still have cheap housing, and they still have, the crypto tax. They have zero crypto tax, but it's a country full of sheep. Everybody's wearing masks outdoors, and where does one run to? There's nowhere to go, and everybody. We're all like cornered dogs. We better start fighting back. Oh man,
we all have a dog in the fight. Every one of us have a dog in the fight.
And there's nowhere to run, basically. So what do we do?
Isn't that a song?
Speak out.
Nowhere to run. What do we do? I thought that was a song.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to cheer you up, man. I know you're upset.
He's a real big dude.
I know you're upset. And you were pretty upset in the last phone call. So if you're just tuning in, Blunt News ran over a raccoon. So nobody panic. All right, I'm gonna let you go.
It's good. If I'm driving, I can go full kook. If I'm in my office, I kind of settle down because then I got people sleeping, right? Okay. But anyways, buy crypto, guys. 50% deal, and try to gain some wealth in this disaster of a system. Some wealth that they can't touch, and gold, silver. It's always a nice insurance, but I think the growth is going to be in crypto, Bitcoin specifically. And yeah, that's where I'm at. I'll listen to the rest of the show. Thanks for having me on.
God bless you. All right. That's Blunt News. He's very upset. He's very livid. And I mean, yeah, it's like
The Macho Man Randy Savage.
All right. I'm going to have to lighten up the show a little bit here. It's been serious. This opioid, you read these headlines. It's like, how is this even legal? Like, how are they allowing this? Why is this happening? Why? The problem is how it's coming into the country, how it's being flooded into the country, how it's being recycled, and the profits being used to purchase real estate. This is a massive, look, you get 100,000 people dying in 2020 from this in America. This is in the United States. Mind you, you got to remember that the United States of America is one of the biggest drug-consuming countries in the world, right? So
Boston, Massachusetts.
You got to remember that. So keep that in mind, folks. So I'm trying to kind of liven it up a little bit here on the show. That was a great call, Blunt. Really good. Really good. All right, let's see who we can get on here. I want to call who's available here. We did have Ricky Spanish. I don't know. Ricky Spanish said he wanted to come on tonight's show because he has some important news he wants to share with us. He was in the Discord earlier. Guys, don't forget to join our Discord if you can. Please join the Discord, please, if you can. And Yeah, Ricky Spanish said he had some important information about something happening down there where he's at. And
Ricky Spanish.
So it would be good to get him to kind of give us an update here. Okay, we got somebody that's in Thailand that wants to talk about what the heck is happening on with this whole Macron thing. This is the article here. Macron says the U.S. president is back and welcome to the club. Oh, his Skype is turned off tonight. He's got a whole conspiracy theory behind this thing on what's happening here, and I would like to actually get his input on what it is. And it looks like Macron and this and that. It's like, wow, really?
The person whom you're trying to...
It's kind of funny how which countries they chose to be the superpowers or to be... It's all the countries that lost World War II and all the countries that won World War II are the G7 nations. You got powerful empires like the Portuguese Empire, the Spanish. None of them are part of these nations, even though they have a huge grip. The Portuguese have a huge grip in Africa and South America. But the official language in South America is Portuguese. But they have no say in this. Well, it's kind of good, you know. The Portuguese refused to sell drugs and China white and all that garbage through their trade routes. And that's when the English deemed the Portuguese as pirates, because they refused to sell drugs through their trade routes. The East Indian Trading Company, they were given the green light by the Queen of England. No joke, the green light to blow up and shoot down and sink Portuguese trade ships that didn't have one cannon on board. No fighting, nothing to fight with. They were just ships that were trading under the Portuguese flag, and they were attacked and sank because they were considered pirates for not selling drugs and opiums and all kinds of crap from China and spreading it through the colonies. And they said no to it. Okay. Let's see if he picks up. He's got a story and a half. He wrote me out a huge thesis of what he thinks is happening here. So I like to get him on just to find out why is this such a big deal? What is the connection here? What are we missing from the chessboard? What exactly are the missing pieces in the chessboard? Who is out? Are we in checkmate? I don't think we're in checkmate right now. I think things go into checkmate in 6 weeks. So we've been counting it down here on the channel. I said, with 7 weeks. Now we're 6 weeks to go, and you're going to see what's going to happen.
The person whom you're trying to reach is currently...
Okay, so he's not available unless they're blocking his Skype, because I've been having complaints from people that their Skype is being blocked. Oh, God. All right, what's the ABC broadcasting here?
Next
Manhunt
tonight,
underway.
making...
Okay, buddy. Manhunt underway. What is this? Another mass shooting. Yeah, this is getting ridiculous, people. All right, let's go over some headlines. Joe Biden moves U.S. closer to Taiwan, but how far is he willing to risk Beijing's anger? I think that's what it is. I think that's what the issue is, and I think the issue is bigger. It's Russia kicks off huge naval drills in the Pacific amid U.S. plan of largest war games, right there. China officially backs a cryptocurrency and establishes it as their own official coin. Yemen calls U.S. bluff on ending support to Saudi-led coalition. So if you've haven't been following what's happening in the Middle East, Yemen won the war against Saudi Arabia. The Yemenis fought and beat the Saudis, the American-led Saudi Arabians. Anti-Netanyahu protests celebrate victory outside the PM's residence on eve of coalition vote to remove him from power. But here's the thing. Same thing like Hillary, Hilldog. I spoke to quite a few people in Israel. I can't find a single person that voted for the guy, but he still won the election. You could have 99% of the country out there opposing the guy, with the COVID restriction and all this BS, but he'll still win the election. And it makes no sense. And then Tony Blair, war criminal. Tony Blair suggests unvaccinated Brits should remain under lockdown restrictions. I should send this to Gerald Celente so he can make a video about this, because I know Gerald Celente loves Tony Blair. And I'd like to hear what Gerald Celente has to say about Tony Blair on him telling Brits to basically remain under lockdown if they don't want to get vaccinated. And we got Canadian government wants to create border biometrics authority to validate travelers' vaccine status. Who's paying for this crap? Protesters draw attention to province's growing opioid crisis. So we're talking about opioid tonight because opioids played a big role in funding this massive housing and this massive problem we're in. Now, I believe wholeheartedly the first ingredient in this major problem we're having, the first ingredient is housing. And that's the major issue right there. Locals can't get into housing. Locals can't afford real estate. And that's why Amerifornia is rolling through. Amerifornia is going to come through, and it's going to be a major issue. Major Amerifornia issue. Amerifornia alert. Protesters draw attention to provinces. We already read that. Where were we? Not just white problem. Blacks and Latinos see largest spike in overdoses of COVID during COVID. They're gonna everything's COVID. Distributors, regulators cast blame for opioid pandemic. The deadly opioid fentanyl is turning up in disguise on Sydney streets, making illicit drug use even riskier. So somebody died recently because I think their cocaine was laced with some of this stuff, and that you know, and how China flooded the U.S. with lethal fentanyl, fueling the opioid crisis. And we got, we're overlooking the major culprit in the opioid crisis. Fentanyl and geopolitics controlling opioid supply from China. This is from 2 weeks ago. Fentanyl as a dark web profit center from Chinese labs to U.S. streets. This is from 2019. So this problem's been happening for a while. BC overdose crisis killed 1,716 people last year, more than ever before. Having funerals every day, blood tribe members highlight opioid crisis concerns. Big spikes in overdose and cardiac arrests, opioid deaths amid COVID. Again, it's always going to be COVID wrapped around. There's going to be a COVID label around it. Fentanyl overdoses in Alberta increased 118.4% amid pandemic, U of A. Concord firefighters grapple with how to handle the opioid crisis. That's from a few days ago. Opioid deaths up 75% in Ontario during COVID pandemic. Officials scramble to address the skyrocketing fentanyl deaths. 82 homeless in San Francisco died of overdose involving fentanyl last year, a 5-fold increase from 2019. Drug overdoses have surged during the pandemic, and 82 homeless in San Diego died of overdoses involving fentanyl. And there's the homeless. This is the homeless fentanyl overdoses, right? Edmonton's Downtown Business Association takes action against opioid crisis. So it's getting out of control, and with these health injection centers or whatever they call it. So there's Maxime Bernier getting arrested here. Maxime Bernier, Party of Canada leader Maxime Bernier, arrested by RCMP in Manitoba. He might be your boss one day, folks. Might be your boss. You might be your boss one day. All right, let's get another caller on the phone. I want to call Dominic because Dominic has a few things he needs to settle, but unfortunately, he's been banned from Facebook. He's in Facebook prison right now. I don't see him in the comments. Yeah, he's not picking up. He's got banned from Facebook again. And that's been a known. But, I mean, everybody knows now that everyone's allowed to say that that this is a man-made thing. So what's the problem now? It's man-made. Everybody knows it. Facebook said so. Ooh, police drug haul last week. I know they did. I know a couple of big banks were caught hauling in drugs and stuff. Let me call our friend Anna down. She's very, very... Let's see if she picks up. No one's picking up. Everybody, Anna Key, turn on your Skype. I want to find out what the heck's going on with this big haul of drugs. Well, it is nice out, and it is summertime in the Northern Hemisphere, so everybody's out and about, and you can't blame them for being out and about. So we had Fringe on the show earlier, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And we had Blunt News in the house, going full kook. And I wonder if the Raven's working tonight. Wonder if he's okay. We haven't heard from him in a while. I'm not sure what's going on. I hope he's okay. Looks like Walking Journey tried to call me on Thursday. Yeah, people are flagging his videos down. Just trying to think who the heck is available out there. That's Wednesday, Monday. Come on, is anybody out there who wants to call into the show? Add me on Skype. Let's take let's take some first-time callers into the show. Mike Martin's 1980. Add me on Skype. And by the way, Blunt News did not run over or hit the raccoon with his car on purpose. It was by accident. Shafi says the Raven is gone. Layla saying the British hate my autocorrect. Oh, she's got British autocorrect. Grindhouse Cartoon saying I would have loved to know about the Bitcoin 10 years ago and got a few of them when they were cheap. Oh, I had a friend that sold Bitcoin at $1. He sold them at $1 and said, Mike, I made $400 today. I'm like, what happened? I sold 400 Bitcoin. I'm like, what's Bitcoin? He's like, I'm making them on my computer, and it took me 3 months to make this 400. And it's like 3 months, $400. I don't think so. But now I'm regretting that too.
Ricky Spanish.
Yeah, Ricky Spanish is on Skype, but he's not picking up. I'm just trying to see who is out there. Layla's out there. I see Layla out there. I see... Man, there's nobody out there, man. Hello? So we got... Yeah, Grindhouse Cartoons said that raccoon that got ran over by the car is a COVID death now. What? Bat Soup is saying crown virus is now the cover-up for the vax? Let's see. Anna Key's calling in. Yo, Anna, how you doing? Anna, you there?
Can you hear me?
So we got,
Yeah, I could hear you. Just lowered the volume on the other end there. I could hear you.
Yeah,
I know,
Grindhouse
I
Cartoons
know,
said that
I'm
rec...
pressing the buttons.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, I can just sort of watch you now.
Perfect.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, there's usually a little bit of a delay on there. Okay. What happened with that?
How you going? How are you going now? Better?
I'm better now. I was kind of worked up at the beginning of the show, and then Blunt News called in and with a huge rant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he sounds like he's small business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's sort of business for self as well.
Most of us are now, because I mean, the public sector won't hire me, and the private sector won't hire me. So I kind of had to do my own thing. You know, a lot of us knew right away we weren't going to get employments unless we did something for ourselves, right?
Yeah, you get sort of forced into it, and all of a sudden you get creative and entrepreneurial.
Exactly. So Anna, what happened with that $1 billion bust or something, or a big?
Yes, a couple of weeks ago there was a sort of a trilateral drug bust in New South Wales, in Newcastle, which is about, I suppose, 100 k's north of Sydney. It's a small regional town, I suppose, about, a little bit bigger than Merritt, I guess. And they they caught them going from South America to America, and let the shipment go all the way through to Australia, and got a street value of $1 billion of cocaine in a simple lockup, sort of storage facility in Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still keeping my ear to the ground to hear about deaths in Western Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
Gunshots and, people dying and stabbings, and this will create a lot of what is it? People getting very, very upset. Money's not going to be changing hands. They obviously laid out a lot of money to get that $1 billion worth of street value in. And so there's going to be a lot of people kind of getting very angry and very upset. And there's the odd, gunshots around here, but we also get a lot of really weird things like cars going into houses, being driven into houses, and stabbings, a lot of stabbings and that type of thing. So you've got to kind of keep your ear to the ground to sort of go, okay, how much is this cocaine haul rippling through? And I haven't spoken to some people, so I don't really know that much, but sometimes the news picked up on all sorts of little things. You go, okay, there's one. They don't connect the dots.
Can I throw something out there, if that's okay, Anna?
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you. You got banks in Australia caught with 21 million infractions, 21 million infractions of money laundering in several banks. One bank in Australia in 1 year did 21 million infractions in illegal money
Good
laundering.
old Westpac. Yeah, Westpac.
Why aren't they letting the drugs in then?
Advertising.
What's going on with that? Like, I mean, it's so one way.
I know. It's just, I think, honestly, I just think all of this is just to make people feel a bit better. It's sort of, it's behind, obviously deals are being done behind the scenes, arrangements have been made. Westpac's going to do X, Y, Z as long as they don't have to pay all of those fines. If they, it's just, they're throwing it out there. They're letting people know. They're giving people outrage, but they're doing nothing about it. Mm-hmm. All of our banks have been caught with their pants down through that Royal Commission. Nothing really has changed.
Let me add something to that. The Royal Commission only scratched the surface. They didn't even go in deep.
Oh, look, I really wanted them to go after the insurance companies. There's more corruption going on there. Well, just as much. The banks got rid of all of their insurance arms. They sold them all off.
So they potentially, listen to this, Westpac is getting nailed for 23 million money laundering infractions, totaling $423 trillion.
Yeah, and see, they can't pay those fines. So they've obviously done some deals. But, like every single one of the banks got caught with some sort of major infraction towards their customers. And Westpac was the one that they really honed in on because it was being laundered overseas. But next to HSBC, Westpac are like toddlers.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to look at the share price. They've gone up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Their dividends they're paying out, they're making money.
Well, they got to keep the investors happy, right? All the
banks in Australia are making money. They're all making money. Every single one of them. It's like, well, what do you do? You
That's
know,
like 6 infractions per second.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's just one bank. There's 3 other banks now that are on the hook. 3 other banks, and there's one bank with 16 million
there's
infractions.
major.
There's another bank with 4 million infractions.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like
It's
trillions of dollars
major.
laundered through Australia.
Yeah. So we're awash in all of that. It's just and nothing ever comes of it. Everybody seems to sort of walk out, chest puffed, suitcase full of money, smiling off to the Bahamas. You know, it's just silly stuff.
Let me tell you what comes of it.
What comes of it? Okay, please.
Impoverishedness, homelessness, purchasing of expensive, crappy properties, and creating artificial shortages and impoverishing the middle class because they're just so out of the game because there's no way they could keep up with all this money that's being put into the system. Money laundering is actually worse than counterfeiting, and it's worse than the government's printing money. Money laundering is actually worse than the government's printing money because you're introducing a foreign money into or foreign funds that have acquired outside your country into your country, and then this way, what it does, it actually layers in money, and it actually creates more artificial shortages because they use that money to buy assets. When they buy assets, the price of the asset goes up.
Yes.
And that's what happens.
35%. The property in New South Wales has gone up 35%.
There's nothing you could have in this planet that you could buy. Not even gold goes up 35%. You're lucky if you see gold go up 3% or 5% in a year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about it, you know, and I can't see that the crypto's going to help. You know, I can't see anything's going to help really at the moment. Don't know. Really don't know. Other than disengaging, not believing, you know, don't trust what the media have to say at all.
Ever. Are you guys still locked down? Are you in lockdown?
No. Melbourne's just come out.
Didn't somebody cough? Somebody coughed on the street and they shut it down?
Pretty much. I don't know what's going on with Melbourne. I really don't understand. And I don't know why the people in Melbourne don't, riot. I really don't. They have tried, I must admit. They have tried, but the police have been charged with all of these powers and they're just knocking people over. They're going after everybody in their homes. I mean, that it started with that girl in her pajamas. You know, she put on a rally inside the lockdown and to have a rally, and she put it on Facebook, and they went into her home and arrested her.
Yeah,
and they haven't even had the rally.
Anna, can you comment on the $9.8 million opportunity of a lifetime in Vancouver, Canada?
Oh, I thought it must have a bunker downstairs and tunnels everywhere. You know, like that's just a front.
Yeah, that's the house. It's like 300 square feet.
Yeah, it's just a front. Underneath they must have a gold mine.
Yeah, they must have like some sort of tunnel going right to Mexico from Canada, so you could bypass America.
Yeah, something. You know, like there's got to be something. I thought, that's just. I mean, is it even true? You know, like I'm not even sure if the media are not just throwing stuff out. I've spent time with journalists. I've met journalists, and their mantra is don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they could have made that up for our outrage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I part of me sort of looks at it and go, that's been made up.
It's actually legit. I did look it up, and the house itself is worth $27,000.
Yeah, but the only way you'll know, I mean, in Australia, the only way you really know the numbers is to go to the government body that.
Oh no, in Canada it's actually opened. It's open source in Canada.
Oh, is it?
It's open source. We can find anything else.
Here.
This house is worth $27,000. The home is worth $27,000, and its tax assessed value is, I think it's $2.4 million.
Far out.
Yeah.
It's a wreck. It's an absolute wreck.
9.8 million. That's like $10.4 million Australian.
Well, that just shows. I mean, if that's the real thing, that just shows seriously how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there is your in your face how bad it is.
Yeah.
You know, kids must be just crying in their soup, in their noodles. You know, like they must be. I can't imagine. You know, the level of nihilism that they must be experiencing now would be huge.
Can I ask, how is your? I know you guys have been having opioid and fentanyl crisis there in the bigger cities in Australia. Has it made any news coverage at all?
No, drugs are just normal. Every family in Australia has been infected by heroin or fentanyl or fake marijuana or something. Drugs are just everywhere. It's so normal. It's just too ridiculously normal. Okay, and somebody else died of fentanyl overdose. Whoopee-doo.
Yeah,
Because
it's out of control. In Canada and Vancouver, more people are dying of it than COVID, right? And unfortunately, it doesn't make our Canadian youth and American youth are dying on the streets.
Yeah.
In huge numbers. We're talking about they're getting a truck in the morning now after like welfare day or payday from the government and picking up bodies. That's how bad it's gotten. I had a friend who was a paramedic. He said in one day they picked up 8 bodies.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Canada and Australia I kind of use as a benchmark against each other because we've got the same sort of land mass.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got the same sort of numbers as far as population.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got the Rockies and the mountains and areas that are inhospitable, and so have we. We've got the deserts.
You
So
guys
it's
have
like
crown
the
land too,
opposite.
like us?
Yeah, we've got crown
We
land.
got crown
as well.
land here too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually just going through, just looking for something else inside a local councillor's minutes of the meeting,
Mm-hmm.
and they were discussing putting EV electric vehicle charging stations on Crown land.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, oh, okay. So we're looking at, we really are, it's gotten into provincial councils. So we really are heading into this electric vehicle land. This electric, the world of electric.
Mm-hmm.
We're truly,
people don't have a clue of how much oil you have to take out of the ground to make all the plastics, to make all these vehicles, to replace all the existing vehicles on Earth.
Oh, I know. It's a rat wheel. That's what the whole thing is, a rat wheel.
That's a good way to.
Rat wheel.
That's a great way to. To sum it up, a rat wheel. That's the perfect. It's a rat wheel. It's a treadmill on second gear, and it's not coming off.
Yeah, total rat wheel. I mean, the Planet of the Humans was really great. That who was it? Moore. I've forgotten his first name. Somebody Moore. It's on YouTube.
Michael Moore.
He was Michael Moore. That's it. Yeah, where he was talking about how much coal was used to make the silicon, to make the what are they? The things that go on your roof, the solar panels. Yeah, how much coal was needed to make solar panels?
So Lawrence is telling us 2,070 overdose deaths in Australia in 2020. Okay, that's manageable. Where Portugal had 1 overdose death from what I heard, because they legalized drugs. Yeah, they legalized it and made it a sickness, not a crime.
That number wouldn't be true, because the big problem with the overdose deaths is that people overdose and they go back on the street and they go and get the heroin and then they overdose again, and then they go and do something else with more drugs. So they do doctor shopping, and they just make themselves really sick. So they end up dying of cancer.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Because America last year in 2020 had 100,000 just fentanyl related deaths, 100,000. Mind you, America is one of the biggest drug consuming nations in the world, right?
Oh, yes, and I think Australia is coming up second. I think we're the highest. We're the highest per capita in the world for antidepressants.
Okay. And hundreds of thousands. Of 40 to 60,000 people have died of OxyContin. So
in Australia or in America?
No, in America.
Yeah. See, you've got to kind of take all of those numbers. I mean, there's 38 million people in America.
Yeah, like
so that's 300 million more than Canada, more than Australia. It's hard to fathom. It's hard to fathom, but you've got to look at the per head percentages to make any comparisons.
Let me get your reaction. Let me get your reaction on this one, okay? You ready? Mary Day Off New Jersey School Board erases holiday names from calendar to prevent hurt feelings.
And the fact that is allowed or presented or considered means that we're going to be bending over and taking everything else up the proverbial.
I like how you put that.
I'm trying really hard. I'm trying to do a blunt, I'm trying not to go ballistic over this one, because it's that acceptance. It's the small little things that come along. When Caitlyn Jenner became Woman of the Year, I knew we were done.
Yeah, what was that clap? What was that guy's name? From the New England Patriots at the time. That quarterback. What the hell was that clap? He's just like this when she was presented the award. What was that clap like that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw when the award was given, and then
oh no,
the quarterback there. If someone could tell me, I forgot his name, man. I'm sorry, guys, I forgot his name.
I was probably just going absolutely crazy when you immediately know that when that sort of distortion is acceptable, and now they're going to take holidays off because they're going to hurt whose feelings? Really? Seriously? I mean, it's Christmas. Christmas carols are not allowed in supermarkets anymore. We've had this, and it's been insidious, and it's been another drip, another drip, another drip. I feel like I'm drowning. And everybody's talking about, when will people wake up? Well, they should have woken up 10 years ago with the GFC. They should have woken up 20 years ago with the what was going on in the tech bubble and all sorts of things. There's been so many kind of flags that have been thrown down in front of everybody. But no, and the fact that you can change a child's gender and go to cosmetic surgery is another classic.
Yeah,
where you can change children because they suddenly decide that they want to be a girl. Suddenly decides that she wants to be a boy, and a boy suddenly decides that it wants to be a girl, and then we've got all of these cosmetic surgeons in there, sort of going, well, we can.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a firefighter. Then I wanted to be a mechanic, and then I wanted to be this, and then I wanted to be that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, okay, I wanted to be a firefighter when I was 5. Did I go out and buy firefighting equipment and start changing myself into a firefighter? No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Tom Brady. Thanks in the comment section, guys. Tom Brady, he was at the awards when Caitlyn Jenner won the award for whatever it was. And then Tom Brady, everyone was clapping. Tom Brady went like that for a clap. And what the hell kind of clap is that? I'm just being sarcastic.
Yeah, I don't know who Tom Brady is. I'll have to find out. There's just too many things to find out. But so yes, it's when who was it? Jordan Peterson, stood up on the F-16 about compelled speech, and but nothing's come of that. People are standing up, people are speaking out, but for some reason we're we're sort of marching towards that cliff.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't seem to matter what you do or what you say or the protesting. And, everybody says go out and protest. Well, I don't think protesting works at all. I mean, I tried really hard and we had
All right, here's the
tons
Tom
of
Brady clap
protests.
right here. I got it open.
Oh, you got it?
I found it. I found the clap. What the hell kind of clap is that?
Oh, yes, but I mean, I think it started when they totally ignored the world protesting over the war in Iraq, and your Tony Blair warmongering.
Yeah, that guy. Who the hell is that guy to tell people? Who the hell is that guy to tell people? Let me go back to the article here, folks.
Yeah.
The article here that really got me riled up here. Where is this? Where's this idiot?
Dragging out old presidents that have done their nation no service is terrible.
Let me find that idiot here. Where's that idiot?
Blair.
Let me find him here. There he is, right here. Tony Blair, right here, guys.
Yeah.
Tony Blair suggests unvaccinated Brits should remain under lockdown restrictions. This guy started more problems than any other.
Yeah, I know. I think I think it all fell apart with the war of Iraq. I mean, there was a huge protest in Sydney, and I actually joined that one, and I've actually somewhere I've got some footage of it, and it was massive, completely ignored. And then I saw, all the London, the protest to not go to war with Iraq was massive, and completely ignored.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what we do. And I'm sort of saying, the only thing I can think of is just pull your money out of the banks and put it into, your gold and your silver. And I'm not too sure about crypto. I'm still very much on the fence around that, because I think that crypto is, the story of the colonial pipeline.
Right.
Okay, so they paid a crypto ransom, and somehow we've got back on the news that they've recovered the crypto funds because they got the encryption code. Mm-hmm. Well, so much for that. That doesn't make sense to me. How the hell did they get a hold of these, who are they, extortionists' crypto wallet and code and recover money?
We got Yender in the comments saying millions protested in Washington against the Iraq war.
Yes, it was massive globally, all over the place, in Poland, in Russia, in, everywhere I could look. There were more people than I've ever seen in any protest in my life. And yet they still went to war.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that as, protests don't work.
Lord Humongous is definitely not paying attention to this, because he says Mike asks who the quarterback is, and it doesn't look at the chat. Here it is. I already got the clap here. Leave me alone. We found out it's Tom Brady. What the hell kind of clap is that? What did Caitlin win? The Woman of the Year or something, or Athlete of the Year award?
Woman of the Year
or athlete.
How would you feel if I don't know, Kylie Minogue suddenly became a man and became Man of the Year?
I have no comment. I have no comment. Did you watch last week's Mike and the Nights when we weren't talking about the transition here?
Oh, I did. But
do you remember what that guy with that cartoon from South Park we put up?
Oh.
And how he was saying, I'm not here to talk about my transition. I am here to... Remember that one?
Yeah. Yes, I've got to catch that. I've downloaded every South Park episode. I just watched the pandemic special. That was hilarious. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I've just been filling myself in on the South Park. I mean, those guys are... I'm amazed that they're allowed to...
Download it because it's going to be gone one day.
Yeah, I've got to get a hold of it, like on the hard disks. Okay. Well, I am absolutely amazed that they're still allowed South Park, considering they're going to take away all of the holidays.
Yeah, it's Yeah, we've got to remove the names off the calendars so it doesn't hurt people's feelings. Here it is. Where is it? Where's that? Right here. Mary Day Off. New Jersey School Board erases holiday names from calendar to prevent hurt feelings. How you gonna have how would you have a hurt feeling for Veterans Day, for Christmas, for Easter? What is the West? These countries were founded on and a lot of people don't understand, if these countries were founded under non-Christian principles or non-Christian backing, like the Ten Commandments, they wouldn't be as developed as they are today. A lot of people don't understand that.
No, I don't. Yes, I don't. I can't quite fathom why we're going into feelings and hurt feelings. I mean, Jesus, you could make up a hurt feeling over anything. Absolutely anything. It's so ambiguous. It's so liquid.
Mm-hmm.
It means that there's no right, no wrong, no, like, where does that stop?
Hold on.
That,
Anna, Jay Smith just brought something up in the comments that actually I forgot to bring up. Victoria, British Columbia canceled Canada Day.
What kind of day do they want? Feelings Day?
I don't know.
Yes. I mean, we've got fights in Australia over Australia Day. Yeah. And I fully understand that one because the Aboriginals are calling it Invasion Day. And I do understand that. And I have some sympathy towards that and wish that we could sort of have a unity day and share it together as going forward or something. But I don't understand. I mean, what's wrong with Canada Day? I mean, if anything, you could get rid of the Queen's birthday. That's tomorrow's a holiday for the Queen in Australia.
We had it last week here in Canada. We still celebrate the Queen's birthday in Canada.
Woo! Yeah, it's just like, and they're taking away holidays on a chart, on a calendar.
We have Layla in the comments saying that the largest protests were this year against Israel. No coverage. We did cover the one protest here, the major one here in Israel that this one from a couple of hours ago. This was from 9 minutes ago. Anti-Netanyahu protesters celebrate victory outside Prime Minister's residence on eve of coalition vote to remove him from power. So we do cover it here. We can on this channel. We're just a small little, kind of like small airstrip in the middle of the Everglades there that no one's maintained in 20 years.
Dano said something about Neanderthal Day. I think that'd be good.
Neanderthal Day.
Yes.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Yeah, let's just bottom line this and go straight to Neanderthal Day.
Yeah. Hey, Anna, I like how the fact you're in our Discord and you're chatting with us in the Discord. I appreciate that.
Oh, I'm trying to understand it and figure it out. I mean, every time you turn around, there's a new interface to learn. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yes, Discord would be good.
Because we're posting all kinds of links. I'm going on our Discord right now, and there's tons of stuff posted there in the last 10 minutes alone. And the last hour, and that's where I got the Tony Blair story and other stuff here. So, guys, get on Discord, get on the discussion, get on the discussion here. We got lots of people on the Discord. Blunt, I know you're home now. Can you put the link for our Discord in the if you don't mind, in the chat, in the live chat? I appreciate that. All right, that's Anna, right. I'm gonna let you go. It's been a great 30 minutes, and we will talk. Okay. We'll talk very soon. And just stay strong. Keep us updated on what's happening in Australia. And don't cough or sneeze in public so they don't shut down the whole country.
Yes. Okay, you take care.
God bless you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. That is Anna Key in Australia giving us an update on what is happening. It looks like Lord Humongous said he tried to call us. Let's see what Lord Humongous needs to tell us. Yo, Lord, I missed your call. Sorry, how you doing?
Oh, I'm all right. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fine. So, isn't this Tom Brady in the pictures there? That's not Tom Brady. That's Brett Favre.
No, it's Brett Favre.
Oh, I thought that was Tom Brady clapping there. Okay.
No, that's Brett Favre. But they all run in the same circles, man. They're all clowns.
Mm-hmm. Let me do a quick channel plug here,
Yeah.
guys. Let me do. Ooh, Steven Sewell sent me $100. Why? Steven Sewell just sent me $100. Holy crap! Steven Sewell sent me $100. Great reporting, Mike. Go with family and have ice cream tomorrow, Sunday. Enjoy, sir. You work hard. I am going out with my mom tomorrow, and I'm going to spend most of the day with my mom tomorrow. And then Monday, I'm going to be spending the day with my kids and wife. And yeah. So thanks, Steven Sewell, for sending me one bill, 100 Canadian dollars. That's like $81 American. Thank you so much, Steven. Okay, guys, here's the deal. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to set your reminders for next Mike in the Night show. The NWO is here. Guys, we have 6 weeks left, and I'm counting down to something. And in 6 weeks, we will know. It was 7 weeks last week, and this week is 6. And guys, I'm counting something down. Guys, don't forget to follow me. My Facebook is, for some reason, is getting likes and shares and views on things, which is really weird because it never does. And people are actually seeing my stuff now on Facebook. So if you want to follow me on Facebook, please go ahead and do that. Don't forget to shop. We got the Lord Humongous hoodie in here at Teespring. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and message me on Instagram is the safest place because, I don't know, people get banned for messaging certain things on Facebook. Guys, Amerifornia Tour 2020, 21, 2022. Lord Humongous, guys, please donate generously to Lord Humongous Amerifornia Tour. And artbydano.com. Don't forget to check them out. And there's our Discord if you guys want to join. And a special shout out to Wall Street Stackers. Please subscribe to our channel. We just had her on right now.
Wall Street Stackers.
Yeah. And Euro Saturdays with DJ Ulysses. Check this guy out. I really like this guy. This guy's playing really old Euro music I grew up with. I found his channel, and I promised him I'll plug him tonight. There it is. And there, I don't know why that's open, but that's besides the fact. Okay, Lord Humongous, what is going on? How's the Amerifornia Tour coming along? Are you preparing? What's going on? Tell us.
With what?
With everything.
Well, I was going to talk about fentanyl.
Go ahead, please. And that's our topic for tonight.
The Macho Man Randy Savage.
Well, you know that like China, like they deal with the Mexican cartels as well.
Right.
And instead of like getting it directly, what the cartels are doing is they are getting the chemicals to produce their own. And right now there's a lot of big wars. I have another channel that I watch that not a lot of people know, but he's like an insider to all the stuff that's going on in Jalisco and different parts of Mexico. And, this drug war down there has been going on for a long time. I mean,
the drug war got big during the Fast and Furious scandal during the Obama administration.
No, it's way before that, Mike.
No, but it got big because they were arming a lot of the drug lords with guns that they didn't have before.
Well, exactly. That's just part of the whole running operations to collapse different countries. Our own CIA is guilty of all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's just getting really bad in Mexico. And it's getting even worse now because they're all trying. Like the government basically is the cartel and back and forth, and they're fighting with other factions all around Mexico. So I mean, as long as China's supplying these guys with knowledge on how to make it. It's not a good thing. I mean, none of it is regulated. Plus fentanyl to begin with is a very dangerous drug. And that's why, you see people, dropping dead on the streets from an overdose. Like 1/10 of a little piece of that can stop your heart. Like, and kill you.
The problem with that is it just reminds me of that TV show that I saw a decade ago, Breaking Bad, when it's not the type of drug or the fact that you have the drug, it's the quality of the drug, and the potency.
Meth, but he was dealing in meth. I mean, that's not going to really kill you. It can, but it's not going to be like a fentanyl overdose.
Right, right. You know what I mean?
But that's another thing that they're lacing all the other drugs with like meth now. And people are unsuspecting of that stuff. And plus there's like in the whole Arizona region, we have a big problem with kids 10, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old taking these fentanyl pills, which are called blues, and they're dropping dead on the street as well.
I heard about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's a real bad problem, man, and that's how China is using that drug against Americans, and they have been for like the last decade. You know, a big portion of that started in Vancouver. That was one of their main hubs.
It was. The drugs were brought into Vancouver, Canada, and they were shipped south to the coastal cities there along the coast. That's why if you look at the coastal cities like Oregon, Washington, and California, that's all Amerifornia right there, complete. You know why? It's the same story in every city in those states.
Yep. And that's that's another way of trying to take over countries is you use, you know, poor people basically as your guinea pigs, and they get them hooked on all kinds of drugs, and that just, you know, that spins the poverty level even more. It makes a lot of people you know, either die or become poverty stricken, homeless. They can't think straight. There's a lot of things that mess your mind up. But it's not only that. I mean, like, you know, it's just all like I've said for years, it's everything is interconnected. It doesn't matter what country. It's the system itself. It's the monetary system. It's the fiat currency system. It's the central banks. It's the central intelligence that goes on around the world. Different factions, but they all cover up the real criminals that are, you know, in charge of everything. And they're the same ones that make laws and policies that are destructive to every country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like this whole pride agenda, you know, like now they're doing the whole LGBTQ, you know, teaching your kids young that's the way, and they're running commercials like celebrating Pride Month. Like, what the hell is that? There's no flag to that country, if you know what I mean.
The funny thing is, just like the article we read earlier, the whole thing, it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
They want to remove holidays from the calendars so people don't get their feelings hurt because it's Easter.
That's the after school Satan. That's the after school Satan Club agenda right there. That's exactly it. And if you look at any country, all countries have a deep state, you know, and it's like that side of the evil side all works in conjunction with one another, and then you have the so-called do-gooders on the other side, you know, and that's why you can't politically, and it's a political thing too. It's like politically, you can't choose to be one side or the other because they're both designed to fight against each other, and that's what the politicians like, because they're all protecting the funny money system. And if that goes down, it's going to take down a lot of trade and stuff. So that's why they keep that propped up through all kinds of stuff: the stock market, the bond market, the drug trade, the illegal gun sales, and that's how they fund wars, man. That's like the CIA model when you want to overthrow a country. You know, you go in there and you run the weapons to start that. That's why I told you about that show about the DEA agent. It's called The Last Narc. It was a documentary on the whole drug wars, and it has to do with the CIA Contra scandal.
I saw that. Remember you told me to watch it? I actually saw it at the store.
Yeah, but you can see how, like, there's a good guy, right? He's the DEA agent, but his own government sets him up to get killed.
That's right.
That's the kind of shit that we have to worry about here in America. Like, if you say the wrong thing for the wrong criminal organization, you just become a target at one point. You know what I'm saying? And I don't fear death, but I mean, I you know me, I'm all about the truth. You know, I want to get to the truth of the matter of these things. And I think it's time, because if we continue down this trajectory that the world is on, we're all going to be dead. I mean, that's what they really want. You know, they want mass genocides and casualties, and, you know, and that's a sad fact of the whole economic system in a nutshell, you know. So we all have to stand up, I think, and we have to stop complying, like I've said before, and we have to think of alternatives, you know.
Yeah. I'm listening to you. I'm just digesting what you're saying. I'm just
But see, that's what a lot of the, like, this whole crypto market, it's like the whole internet thing. It didn't come into play until the mid 90s. You know, we didn't have internet before then. You know, so they're trying to entrap us with the technology on one aspect, And like I said before, it's like going back to the whole, like America's been on a digital dollar, it doesn't make it, and they run it through all the institutions, they can create unlimited credit. And that's another problem. That's like, there's no soundness to that and that whole transaction, that apparatus. And that's how these debt levels get so big. And that's why you have, like Deutsche Bank is about to burst out at the seams on that end.
Deutsche Bank is in trouble with the derivatives market right now.
Right.
Yeah,
big time.
It's like $2 quadrillion or something.
Yeah. How are you going to count that? I mean, you know how long it would take you to count $1 trillion. That just shows you all the.
That's
all
like
the
several thousand trillion. Sorry, several thousand transactions per second in a year.
It would to count if you had let's say you had $1 trillion in American Federal Reserve notes, right? Mm-hmm. It would take you 31,000 years to count that if you tried. You see what I'm saying? So It's like, and all this stuff is just such criminal activity, man. And they do all their stuff through the electronics and the communications lines, and it's sad. Another thing I was going to say is you don't want to support the International Monetary Fund at all either, because they're another big criminal organization.
They're impoverishing Africa, right? They're lending out money to Africa that they don't have, and then they come back and take some territory to pay it back.
Exactly. And what they want to do is get us on that SDR basket of so-called currencies that they can basically, so they can get the power to create unlimited credit. That's really what that is. And that's what I think. That's the very thing that we, the people, it doesn't matter really what country you live in, that this thing has an endpoint, and we have to get through that transition. That's why, like, that whole Great Reset is a Klaus Schwab IMF model, through the WEF. We don't want anything to do with that. And they use that in the real estate market. That's why they come in and they buy up, large swaths through hedge funds of properties like commercial or even residential, when you have a so-called crash in your system somewhere, or a correction. They like to call it a correction, which it's really not. It's a crash. That's the whole economic system. I mean, this thing is going to keep getting worse and worse and worse until there is a complete monetary collapse on a large scale. Mm-hmm. And people think that, like, the whole digital currencies, I mean, you don't want a programmable currency, man. You don't, because that's, you might as well tag yourself with the mark of the beast at that point. Mm-hmm.
That's what Chris Green on AMTV was talking about with cryptocurrency, that it's the mark of the beast, to this, to that, and then 2 years later he sells out, and then his channel's all about crypto and crypto school.
You can tell that guy's a total sellout. I mean, look at him. He makes his videos from some plush place in Hawaii. You don't think he has inside information? Like, that guy's been selling that Bitcoin school for I don't know how long. Mm-hmm. I don't listen to anything. And then he tries to claim the Lord Jesus Christ like he's doing the right thing. He's not. He's supporting the whole, beast system that they're trying to use on many aspects. If it's not going to be a central bank digital currency controlled by the very criminals that created this mess in the first place, it's going to be the crypto sphere. But on one part of that, the whole crypto thing is an NSA creation that was created back in the 1950s. Mm-hmm. And that's what a lot of these guys don't get. And everything is programmed by these quants, man. And they program every aspect. If it has to do with internet or anything to do with internet, man, I mean, it's like that's a prison within itself. And that's what they're trying to shove us all into, this digital prison, if you can look at it that way. Mm-hmm. It has no relation to anything that's real, man. So it's like everything that's artificial is an illusion. It's a lie. But they use even the law systems, and the whole blockchain is to get you into this digital smart contract, so you can contract your life away, your freedoms and your right. You see what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
That's how diabolical these crazy people are, that have been running the entire thing for a very long time. We have an opportunity to say no and break away from that. It's going to be painful, but I don't know about you. I don't have any kids, but you with kids, don't you want them to grow up in a freer world than what we're under right now.
Yeah, right
and
now
that's
the situation we're in is not looking. It's looking too hideous for me. Listen, Lord,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go. It's been 15 beautiful minutes. We'll get you on next week again. I want to
That's
get
cool.
you on Wednesday's show with. We're gonna get Ricky Spanish on too, and then get you on too next Wednesday. We're gonna be discussing the inflation, so I need you to prepare for it. And next week's show is called "You Can't Hide from It Anymore."
Yeah, that's true.
It can't.
And that I watched something with Stephen Van Meter about the whole bond thing. He was on another channel, another one of these channels I watch.
Yeah,
I don't agree with him. I'm going to tell you straight out. I don't agree with his bond reasoning.
Mhm.
I think the dude's off, man, on a lot of things. You know. Oh, he was on with Neil McCoy. That's who it was. Neil McCoy interviewed him.
Okay.
You know. So, anyway. All right,
we'll talk
brother.
soon, Lord. God bless, and we'll stay strong. And guys, don't forget to donate to the Amerifornia tour, where Lord Humongous will be going around America. Lord, put the link in the chat there so people could donate.
All right, we'll do.
Thank you. If you could donate $1, $2, $5, $10, donate to Lord Humongous Amerifornia tour. All right, I need to get. Let's see who's available. I need to see if Layla could pick up the phone to help wind down tonight's show. We're winding down. We got a few minutes here, and
Boston, Massachusetts. Tito Santana.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Layla, good morning. How are you?
Good, yeah.
What time is it there in Egypt?
6:30.
Wow, you're up early to watch Mike in the Night.
I'm not up. I didn't sleep all night.
Really? You're still going through, like last time I spoke to you, you said you had trouble sleeping.
Yeah. It's been a bit upside down these past few weeks.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. It's okay. I like the night. I like to work at night, and I have a lot of work these days, so.
Okay. I wanted to bring up a topic here that you like the most. So, I would like to first, before we kick anything off, I would like to get your reaction on this beautiful opportunity of a lifetime, $9.8 million. And Layla, tell people this will sell for $10 million because they don't believe it.
Yeah. Where's our real estate agents to comment on something like that, eh? I'd really like to know what real estate agents have to say about something like that, because this house, like we've seen a few, Mike, you've brought a few, they look similar to this one, but they don't go for 9.8. They'll go for 3, 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is it with this one?
Well, the house itself, the structure is worth $26,000. The structure is worth $23,000, and the actual assessed tax value is $1.9 million.
So is that actually in the article?
It's not an article. This is a listing on MLS. This is a full listing.
Excellent.
Yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you.
Well, I think word's coming out now that it's pretty clear who's buying up these properties. You know, I've been saying from the beginning, these are, who is buying? Who are the individuals who are buying?
I've been saying it's the Chinese.
I've been saying it from the beginning. Let them come out. Are there, I appreciate that it could be a privacy breach. Like you don't need to share with the world what you bought. But, when the market is hot like that and there are so many question marks around it, maybe some names need to come out. And it was pretty clear. It's not individuals. Like over 50% of Canadians are $200 away from bankruptcy. And the debt to income ratio went up from 1.6 whatever to 1.77.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense that Canadians are buying these properties in these numbers. It's all fake. Mm-hmm. So the people who are buying this are corporations. And now there's word that pension funds are buying these houses.
Yes.
I wonder what.
Yeah. No. It's true. It is.
So tell me, Mike, what do pension funds benefit from buying into these houses?
Nothing, because these houses eventually, if there's a civil war or a correction or some sort of if they have to add a zero to the currency because it's getting to that point where we're going to have to start adding zeros to our money, well, guess what? Nothing. It's just going to be. It's a sinking ship.
Well, you know what I think? I think pension funds are buying up these places because they're going to put up affordable housing. And pension funds are drying up. So what they're going to do is they're going to convert you to affordable housing. So they're going to say, we're going to stick you in a house. We can't pay you pension, but we're going to stick you in a house. Or something
hold
like
on
that.
a sec, Layla. They're doing that with malls now. Apparently, they're starting to convert these abandoned malls in the States into old folks community centers.
Yeah. I mean, everything needs to be repurposed, right? I mean, they're even talking about downtown Toronto, which is in for a really sad awakening after the whole situation. I don't know why CIBC, they put up 2 towers right next to the Scotiabank Arena. It sounds kind of crazy, but I'm betting that maybe they were already well into the build and the commitment before COVID broke out. But I'm not saying, I mean, I think they're going to rent this whole thing out, and it's not looking very bright for downtown Toronto. And this is prime property in Toronto. So the whole path has been decimated in terms of small businesses. These are the most expensive rents in the city. But then the office spaces, I think Lord knows about this really well. Like the commercial real estate is already decimated. It's residential needs to follow through, but it doesn't look like commercial real estate is gonna pick up. And downtown Toronto is not gonna pick up as well.
No, obviously because the private sector is getting decimated, right? And if there's no private sector, they're just going to have to continue printing money to keep the public sector afloat, right? So,
I think that's right, Mike. But in downtown Toronto, it is the private sector, but it's often a lot of these big companies that are in bed with the government. Because it's not small business that affords downtown Toronto. It'll be the occasional firm, the occasional law firm, and things like that. But a lot of these companies, like if you look at the labels and the companies that are housed in these places, they're high profile companies, so you've got all the telecoms, all the insurance, and then you've got high profile law firms, you've got the banks and insurance, it's all of these companies that are in bed with the government. And then, the accounting firms like the Big Four, the Deloittes and the PWs, the Marsh, what is it? All of these companies are
umbrella companies.
Yeah, all of them are big companies. They all tie into the big networks of the world, so all the accounting firms, for example, PwC, Deloitte, and all of those guys, they do the taxes for Australia, for example, the recent scandal and all of that, they're all in bed with these big companies. So yes, the small businesses can't afford it, but in downtown Toronto, it's not really the small businesses that occupy downtown Toronto, but still, they're not gonna, like companies don't need to spend so much on real estate. The company I was working at, we'd been working from home a long time ago. Like for the past 3 years that I was in Toronto, I would go to the office once every 2 weeks. It was really, I find it really convenient, but for a while, these companies had been experimenting with these hybrid models. It's almost as though they saw it coming. And of course, they had all of these networks set up, the VPNs, the secure access and all of that for people working from home and things like that. And I worked in telecom. So all of these systems have been tested. And now with the COVID, they're rolling them out very speedily. So,
all right.
Yeah. So I don't know what's the future.
I want to get your reaction on a few articles here, okay? Mary Day Off, New Jersey School Board erases holiday names from calendar to prevent hurt feelings. What the hell does that mean? I know what it means, but what's...
So, Mike, did you actually read that stupid article? Did they mention which holidays they're erasing?
I think it's Easter and Columbus Day and what was it? Columbus Day and what was the other one? Veterans Day or something. And
so Columbus Day is probably something similar to Canada Day, where it's an Indigenous thing, right? Because they just canceled Canada Day in some part of Canada. In one part of Canada, they just canceled
Christmas. They want to cancel Christmas, Memorial Day, Thanksgiving, Yom Kippur, will appear on the calendars, school calendars, and all calendars. I guess they're trying to pass it for the state as days off, and that's it.
Oh, Yom Kippur is gonna stay, but
No,
Easter
it's
is
gone.
gonna
It's
go.
gone. It's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So what's gonna stay?
I don't know. They're all going to be marked as days off.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Someone's
like
feelings
happy
just got hurt
holidays
from me
instead of
saying that.
Christmas. It's BS. It's complete BS because I don't know of Muslims who are offended that there is a Christmas thing going on. I don't know of Christians who are offended of Muslim holidays.
Yeah,
I've never heard of
exactly.
it. I've never heard of anyone being offended. So they just invent these things,
I know.
It's like these polls, it's like no one said anything about this. You're coming up with this. Same thing here. No one came up with any complaints. They're coming up with it.
Okay, here's the next one. Manitoba unveils reopening plan to have one great summer. So what are they saying? Have this last great summer? We're going to give you permission to go out? What does this mean? Does it mean it's the last summer or it's fall and the new variant Ball Juice 3 is coming? What's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like you're saying, the same thing's happening in Ontario. So it was last Friday, just this Friday, they opened day one of the reopening plan, and they're probably going to roll out something similar in Manitoba. And, they're going to reward people for being so good. You get some breathing room because you were so good. You accepted to be in lockdown for 14 months.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the training that people are starting to get into. It's very much what Blunt was talking about earlier.
Oh, before or after he hit the raccoon?
For this, this was not supposed to happen at all. And there's so many people who are like, oh yeah, and they're playing ball and it's all this goody two shoes nonsense. That's exactly what they're going to do. But look, Mike, the Delta variant is already in the news in Ontario.
Well, Delta Force, yeah, it's a small. They're getting a small cases. I don't know. I wish there was one day I could be connected to everyone's mind to find out who's going in and getting tested and getting this Ball Juice variant and who's getting this Delta Force. I just wish I was connected simultaneously to everybody to know who it is.
Yeah, well, soon the AI is going to be collecting this information, Mike. Have no concern. But you know what? I think it was in BC where they had 22 new cases and 10 of them, 22 cases of Delta variants, 10 of them with people who are fully vaccinated.
Oh,
so you see where this is going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Vaccines are going to matter because of these variants. They keep coming up. And so you're going to need to get a COVID shot, just like people were getting the flu shot.
Mm-hmm.
So every time there's a new flu, you get a new flu shot. You get it every year. The same thing's going to be happening with COVID.
All right.
So that's what they're doing.
Okay, your friends here again. French President Macron says U.S. is definitely back. Welcome Biden back to the club.
No, the news about Macron should be that he got slapped on the face. God bless that man. Bless him.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that news, right? Right, Mike?
Yeah. What, Macron got slapped by Biden?
No, he got slapped by this guy on the streets. You should, it's amazing. Yeah, it's not making enough news. Macron was slapped by a protester.
Oh, I gotta see this.
It was fantastic. You have to look it up now. Right away.
I'm
fantastic.
watching the... Okay, Macron.
That's
slapped.
This is real news.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah, I saw this.
Guy got 3 months, eh?
You get 3
Bless
months?
him. I think so, yeah. 3 or 4.
How do you get 3 or 4 months in jail for that?
I don't know. Privilege. White privilege. Macron's white privilege.
I don't think it's white privilege. Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? I don't think it's that. I think it's yeah, you know what it's something, yeah, laws only work in favor of, it always goes the way, like I have a guy in town that's already tried to hit me with his truck 2 times. I have it on video.
Yeah.
On purpose. I have it on video, like perfect video. You can see his license plate, everything. And the police looked at it and said, no, he's forming an opinion. So imagine someone try to use that truck and try to hit Macron with that truck on purpose. What do you think would happen?
Yeah, well, that would be crime. That would probably be crime.
Yeah, so it's really crazy, man. It's crazy. Joe
It
Biden
is
moves
crazy.
U.S. So let's look at this. Joe Biden moves U.S. closer to Taiwan, but how far is he willing to risk Beijing's anger? I think Biden is going to
Mm.
piss off China big time.
You think so?
I know he is.
I don't think so. I think they're
Something's
gonna.
going to happen between China. I have this feeling that there's going to be, because now there was an article the other day by CNN saying that Biden wants to face China and call him out, and he's looking over at Trudeau and see what he wants to do. And Canada is China, so I don't know what Trudeau is going to do.
Well, exactly. So Trudeau's in bed with China. Trudeau and Biden are on the same page. Yeah, these are all, controlled opposition stories. I'm not seeing that it's anything serious. Like I never took the China-US conflict seriously, ever, even under Trump or before. These are just these are controlled opposition. They outsource a lot of things to China,
Mm-hmm.
like all of the big tech, the facial recognition, the social credit score, or all of this. It's been outsourced to China. China has its own program, but it also takes on the piloting for other countries, and then they're rolling it out in different places, like in Australia, the Australian police, probably Mexico and other digital nations. All of that is being India, all of that is outsourced to China. They have these testing grounds like Wuhan, Shenzhen, where they perfect all of that stuff. So no, I don't think they're like my all of this. I don't take everything from elections um, to trade wars to all of that. I take that as cosmetics. I just don't believe in it. I believe in more like the narrative of the deep state and the international banking systems and all of that. That's what I'm focused on.
Okay.
Like,
Well, speaking of that, what you said there, let me add this to it. No jab, no phone. Unvaccinated to have SIM cards blocked, Pakistan Punjabi government says.
yeah, yeah, that's terrifying. And
Because
also it
this is
appears
you know why
that
this is terrifying? Well, it's not because it's happening in it's because now our governments in Canada and Australia and US will take this and run with it.
that's right. That's what I'm saying. They're all in this together. Different parts of the world, they pilot different things. So Canada, for example, longest lockdown in the world.
Mhm.
Why? Because it's so densely populated. It is very sparsely populated, Canada, compared to so many other places like India and Pakistan. Why, of all countries in the world, why would Canada lock down for 14 months? It doesn't make sense. These are experiments, these are, they're running with things, and then they transfer the knowledge, they share knowledge, they sit at different tables, trade tables, G7, G20, whatever, the Trans-Pacific, all of these people, they sit at different tables together, and they share all of that. Like the UAE Israel thing, you should really look up the UAE
Mhm.
pass, the health pass. What's it called? It's called
Yeah, the bracelet thingy.
no, it's not the brain. No, this is the pass on your phone. You should see
Oh,
how it
yes, yeah, we
works.
covered that like 3 weeks ago. We covered
They've
it.
got this
People were lined
advanced
up and they
version.
have their phone up and they're getting scanned to go inside. Yeah, we covered that a few weeks ago.
But now it's evolving and stuff. And the woman whose house I stay at in Egypt, in Cairo,
Mhm.
she's now in the UAE, and she was telling me all about it. And she sends me these videos, and I just can't believe, you have this color coding, and it automatically, so your tests are uploaded onto it, or your vaccination is uploaded onto it, and you still have to test, and it expires depending on different conditions. All of the major supermarkets, hotels, and all sorts of venues are updated with it. It's gonna, it's really, really going deep.
Mhm.
And that's similar to the Israel thing, where I showed you that video, people walking into malls and getting that sticker on their right hand,
Mhm.
and showing their papers. All of this is going to be uploaded onto the phone, and the phone is, this app is being tested. So it's very easy. They just transfer the code to another country, they rebrand it. Here you go, done. They share all of that. That's all part of trade deals and things like that.
I'm just disappointed. I'm just so disappointed that it's gotten this far. Moscow mayor orders a week of paid leave for workers and imposes a curfew on nightlife in bid to control the sharp rise in new COVID-19 cases.
Where is that?
Moscow.
19, eh? Yeah.
Moscow.
Yeah, Putin's in bed with everyone else. You know, he was saying he doesn't believe in mandatory vaccines. I don't know. Let's see how Russia's going to play this out.
Here's something Western media will never talk about. Yemen calls U.S.'s bluff on ending support for Saudi-led coalition. And a lot of people don't know that Yemen won the war against Saudi Arabia.
Wow. I was telling you about that in 2019, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
In 2019, when they killed Soleimani,
Mm-hmm.
I was telling you about that.
I know, but I just kind of want to retouch it once in a
I
while.
believe how people are. They run around in flip-flops. They have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And they were even saying that with all the issues in Lebanon, they're saying we'll get money and we'll send you money. We'll try to help.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they have nothing. People. Saudi has been decimated. The UAE has been decimated. Their bank accounts have been emptied because of this war.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they deserve it.
Yeah, somebody put up a really good comment here where they said America built up China when they should have built up India. I think that would have been better because a lot of people from India do speak English, and they're kind of like, you know, if they built up India, I think it would have been.
So, Mike, I have a problem with these statements. Okay, when you say America should have built up China or India, what in America are you referring to?
Like, we're talking about the exporting of jobs? Like
so the people who are exporting jobs are the people who are decimating the American people.
No,
okay?
I understand. But I'm saying if there was a choice, if I had a choice to make, right? And I don't know. I don't like communism is all. That's all.
Oh, because India is great.
No, it's not.
Modi,
It's
right?
not. No. I'm just saying that it.
And all that stuff.
And
the GMOs since day one being rolled out in India. I mean, it all came out at the expense of the American people anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Just Lloyd was telling you about these kids on drugs and dying off. You know, it doesn't matter who you outsource it to. You have to protect.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just talking is all. You know. And
I don't know. So that's the thing, Mike. You know, I don't agree with like these kinds of this way of putting things, because we want to look at the end of the day at the real results, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's cosmetic politics. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's my thought, but yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's my thought.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's just I just have this thing, communism is seeping up in our politics. Communist countries buying up our mines. A communist country is apparently buying up several airports in Canada. Communist country owns a majority of our old folks' homes here in Canada. This big company, and it's scary. It's just very scary, is all. And
Mike, doesn't matter what you call it, right? It's communism, it's corporatism, it's leftism, it's George Sorosism. You know, it's the Koch brotherisms. All of these people. You know, I think they brand it differently in different places so that the agenda works. You know, because it's marketing. You know, it's like targeting. You know, so. Like be careful. I would say be careful because for example, the conservative right
mm-hmm.
in North America, it's easy to sell it to them. You tell them nationalism, you just combine a few terms together and they're sold.
Mm-hmm.
You know, combine anti-communism with nationalism, religious freedom, and jobs, and you've got them. You won them over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's it. That's all it took. Like, look at Jason Kenney, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that Pipeline XL is officially dead, and that now Enbridge Line 5 is on its way out, and now Enbridge Line 3 is on its way out. Jason Kenney came selling himself as some kind of, you know, like a Trump version for Alberta, and
right.
He is the exact opposite. He was from the beginning someone who was going to sell out Alberta and
mm-hmm.
shut it down. You know, and they don't pick this up. That's the problem, is that right conservatives, they don't pick it up because it's so easy to sell it to them.
Mm-hmm.
You combine terms together and that's it. You've got them. Same thing is happening with Poiliev. You know, this guy is a Zionist. Okay, just go on his channel. He has a channel. Every time he's on a call, he's got the Israeli flag behind him, but not the Canadian flag.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he's always saying the right things. Trudeau and communism and China and inflation. Come on, he's in bed with all of them. You know, like, stop being sold on this stuff. These are cosmetics. They're just selling you, and people still, you know, people aren't learning. I'm sorry, but a lot of people aren't learning. You know, you've got to move past the elections and Poiliev, and you know, even Bernier. Like, I have to agree with Blunt totally. I totally agree with Blunt that this could be staged and that he could be controlled opposition. He has a history of being with the establishment, and you know, it's going to take a lot to prove that you're not with the establishment, honestly, because you know, there's no trust there. Not for me. You know, so yeah, I totally think that this could be controlled opposition and another, maybe like a Trump type of thing that worked so well in the US. And next thing you have Q in Canada, you know, people completely duped through one of the craziest psyops that Americans have seen. Total disaster. So be careful, you know, be careful with these isms and these ideologies. Just look at results. It doesn't matter. Look at results. What is the actual outcome on the ground? Who's making what? Where's the cash flow heading? You know, that's what we look at. Who's dying? Where? Why?
Someone's asking, Mike, why do you think people with the agenda think this way? I think a lot of people think this way because they believe that they're actually saving the world, or they're making it a better place, or it's a power grab, or there's so many reasons.
Well, Mike, you know, I think the Raven had a thought about this earlier. That's why people believe in things like Satanism and Luciferianism and stuff, because it is so evil. Like, you have to wonder if they're not possessed by something because it's so evil. You know, it's like almost unthinkable, you know, and I entertain that, and I'm not really given to that, but I you know, like, I pay attention to it because, yeah, it's nuts. It's completely out of this world, right? Literally.
All right, it's my third hour, Layla. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Yes, Mike, thank you so much.
No, thank
Love
you
the
for
show.
coming on, and we'll have you on soon enough. And get some sleep if you can, okay?
Yes, definitely.
All
Thanks
right.
so much, Mike.
God
Thanks,
bless you. Bye.
God bless. Take care. Bye.
Bye. That is Layla from Egypt. Oh yeah. So, anyways, guys, I'm falling asleep. I am falling. Shinta's calling in. Yo, what's up, dog?
Hey, how you been? It's been a while.
It's been good, man. I've been good.
That's good. I'm just walking right now. It's a bit late, but it's nice. It's nice and breezy.
Good to hear from you, man. It's been a while. Yeah, I actually haven't talked to you in a couple of months now. Yeah, I'm actually just wrapping up the show because I'm past 3 hours and I'm literally falling asleep here at the mic. But yeah,
I kept asking to give me a call. Give me a call.
Oh, well, I'm going to put you under my favorites list here because it's if I don't put you under the favorites, under my favorites, then I won't know, right? It's all the way at the bottom. So that's why sometimes you should just call in like this, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll get you on first or second caller, whatever you're available next Saturday. If you want to come on Wednesday, we're going to be talking about hidden inflation, and we can't hide from inflation anymore, okay?
On Wednesday?
Wednesday show, yeah. If you can't, come Mike on the night, whatever.
Yeah, my outlook, by the way, is it's very kind of boring and bland and grounded. Like, I the way I look at it is it's more like what's happened in Mexico. Like, I just think stagflation is going to keep going. Corruption will still continue. Criminals are going to actually, I believe, or I would argue that they're actually going to end up taking over more power from the establishment slowly. But it's more of like a change of the same old. I don't really see much change here. On Wednesday, I wanted to talk about some things that are going on in the South China Sea. the Russians and the Chinese were doing joint exercises, naval exercises outside of Okinawa.
Mm-hmm.
Like 12 ships. So that has the Japanese on alert. The Japanese.
And also a lot of countries there, Vietnam and other countries there. What's the other one there? Indonesia. Other countries have been on alert too. Indonesian military. Everybody's been on alert recently in that area, in that specific area. Listen, dude, I gotta go. I'm literally falling asleep here. What time is it there? What are you walking for? It's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's around like midnight because it's hot as hell and it's humid as hell over here on this side of the country.
Oh, okay.
When you want to get your exercise in.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Okay, dude, listen, we'll talk soon. I promise. I'll get you on Wednesday if you want to come on, and we're going to be talking, our topic is inflation, and then Saturday, Mike in the Night, you could talk about that whole China thing if you want, because we're going to be looking at chess pieces.
I want to talk about the quad, those chess pieces on the board, and I also want to talk about what I believe is the trend projection in the West and what it looks like, or what a possible outcome might actually end up looking like.
No problem. We'll have you on then, okay? Have a good walk. We'll talk later.
All right. God bless.
God
Take
bless
care.
you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Right on. Oh, okay. He sent me something here in Skype. I gotta add him. I gotta add people to my favorites here, just so I know who is who, or where is out, or who is in, or. All right, guys. I'm wrapping it up. I'm tired, man. It's time to wrap it up. Thank you to Layla, William Wallace, Blunt News, Lord Humongous, Juanin Escobar, El Mascorban, Steven Sewell, thanks for the $100, dude. I'm going to Taco Bell with that. $100 from Steven Sewell, Super Chat. Anarchy, thank you. Blunt News, thank you. Who else we got here? We got Citrus Lemonade. We got Grindhouse Cartoons, artbydano.com. We got Anarchy, Ed. Brother Leaf. Lost Together Forever, not sure. D-Man. Blunt News again. T. Loughton, sorry. Who else we got? Silver Pill Gary. Jay Smith. William Wallace. Alright, guys, take care. Thanks for tuning in. And if you can't take care, please stay safe.